That's a term that I've never heard before. And I would bet that everybody outside of the United States had never heard that term before. It's just not equated to race outside of the United States. It is not a thing. I swear to God, I've said it before. I would love to debate this. Nothing girl world related, just about the world, about the actual world. Oh my God, give me a topic and let me go. Girl, I would decimate you in a whole new way. If there's genuine feeling there and not just another attempt, fine, but to anybody that was offended, I do apologize. I stand by my tweet, however. The point that I was making in that tweet, I absolutely stand by it. It was just in hindsight and now knowing what I know. I stand by my tweet, however. The point that I was making in that tweet, I absolutely stand by it. It was just in hindsight and now knowing what I know, the wrong one word to use. I've also noticed the deafening silence about Negs and DC teaming up. All the threatening phone calls that were coming through in the middle of the night to the mothers and children in the community. The silence about the animal abuse. The silence about Charlie's own best friend, Callie. Blatant homophobia, transphobia, threatening comments, and all kinds of other just erratic behavior. Deafening silence. Like I said, until you've seen everything for yourself, then you can decide what moves you want to make for yourself, right? Didn't we just go through this in the community that nobody should force anybody or nobody should be forced to speak out? Nobody should force anybody or nobody should be forced to speak out until they want to and are ready to, and if they want to and are ready to. And if they want to and are ready to. How come a week later we forget all of that? Why? For real, why? It's interesting how that all flipped around in a week, in my opinion. Do we pretend like it's not existent when we're not talking about Chantal? Do we pretend like it's not existent when we're not talking about Chantal?
You probably f***ed your roommate on the couch. That's why. You f***ed your roommate. You f***ed your roommate. You f***ed your roommate and gave me gonorrhea, and now you're giving it to Dee Dee. You're homophobic. That's really sad.
And even now you're married one and you still can't get a salad in your mouth, can you? Bloop. The cucumber, she just can't get it into her mouth, even if she fake married one. That's a shame. I bet Morad's getting into his mouth, though. Homophobia. Just, I need everybody to understand, or just, I'm not blaming my ignorance, but today I learned something. I'm a little less ignorant. So, again, I am sorry to anybody in the States who was offended. That's a bad way to apologize. I mean, I'm sorry if I offended you, but I am sorry for having offended. It's not just Chantal. You're more alike than you would like to believe. Put it that way.
What the hell does she have merch for anyway? What the fuck do these friggin' reaction channels have merch for? Some of them. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. If you're new, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Charlie. Please consider subbing before you exit this live stream. Now, to anyone watching in real time, thank you. I know it's a bit late. To anyone watching during playbacks, I appreciate you. To my channel members and my patrons, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to my mods who are always here holding me down, I appreciate you. Thank you. Erica Airline, thank you for the super chat. I'm telling you, when you do a side by side, I'm telling you, and I'm trying to work on some more side by sides, but baby, I don't know how I didn't see it for so long. I mean, I started slowly seeing it, but when I start editing these things together, it's just like, oh, bitch. Baby, no. No, you should have stuck to Chantal. Ari, hey boo, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Yes, I am. Can you guys believe this is the third time I've been live this week? No, this is not me asking for applause, but it's just like, not bad. Not bad. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for being here. 3 times in 1 week. Like, who am I? Who is this? You know? Oh my goodness. Hey, boo, thank you so much. I know. I was just saying, right? Thank you. You know what? I'm not going to say anything too soon, but if I could come up here a couple of times a week and then add some, regular videos throughout the week too, that would actually be amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Frosty, first of all, thank you. Twitter picked this. It's not coming up on camera as bright as it actually is, but Twitter picked this, so I didn't know what color to do today. And most of the responses were green, and I didn't realize so many people like green on me because I was actually thinking of pink, and I'm thinking the next time I go live, I'll probably do pink. And Twitter picked this. Literally, majority of the responses were like green, green, green. It's just, I think it should have been a little brighter, but I'm still giving green. I don't know. It probably looks a little gold too, but this is green. This is green. And for anyone before you ask, I used, you guys know my go-to. Again, I want to thank Milk Tea for this. The Roaring 20s, the Roaring 20s palette. And I used Cut a Rug. Well, I used Charleston. As you can see, I use Charleston a lot. And I use Cut a Rug. So yeah, again, Milk Tea, thank you. One thing about Milk Tea, she knows her makeup. And that's why when she recommends something, I try to pay attention. And this has actually been one of my go-to favorite palettes since she suggested it. I could always find something in that palette. And thank you guys, thank you. Welcome to the Go Cluster Boo. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. I'm trying to catch up on chat. She never interacts with super chats too, which has annoyed me. Thank you for the super chat. I thought she did interact with super chats. Unless I'm mistaken. I thought the complaint was she only interacts with super chats. Maybe I'm wrong, but I could be completely wrong on that. BG. Hey. Hey, BG. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to just get caught up because you guys know how I am. After super Mercury, you know that wasn't me. That's all your work. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I appreciate you. Congrats. Can we actually throw some love in the chat for Mercury? That's all your work. That ain't got nothing to do with me, but I appreciate you and congrats, boo. All right, let's see. Let me see.
All right. So yes, thank you, Fit and Curvy. Thank you. Yes, it is Milk Tea. That's her channel because she does her thing. All right, let me check this poll so we see where we gonna start off. Oh, okay. You guys want to start with FFG? No problem. So just to give you guys a little recap, I think 2 streams before last. So I did my stream on FFG like a few days ago, and then I was just like, y'all got the point. Like, moving on. And I, did my stream on Chantel, sent out, I think, like 1 tweet or so. And then I wake up the next morning and FFG must have been stewing because I was just like, oh, keep in mind, I heard about the apology and I saw 1 clip. I didn't actually sit through and watch it or anything like that. And when I saw it, I was just like, when I finally saw what she was trying to insinuate in her tweets, keep in mind, it seems as though she was calling me a Nazi. And I once again asked, what is it that I said that was anti Semitic? And then she did her regular, oh, I'm going to just ignore these people. She's a has been and all. And it's just like, girl, this now makes the second time you claimed I'm anti Semitic or I said something anti Semitic. I ask, what is it that I said that's anti Semitic? What's the issue? And it's nothing. And uh, thankfully today, she actually was able to catch the clip that I guess people may have been alluding to, and it seems as though it might have been chopped up to make it sound a certain way, but she clipped the whole thing. And even one of the very, very loud Chinyans that's been on Twitter actually had to walk it back. Not only did they DM me and apologize, they made a tweet and apologized, which I appreciated because I'm just like, if I said something anti-Semitic, what is it? And that Chinyan, from my understanding, I believe they're Jewish, and they were like, I watched it back twice, and you actually didn't say anything anti-Semitic. And I'm like, okay, that's you, and I appreciate the apology, but if FFG is saying I'm anti-Semitic, what is it that I said? Play a clip, something. Again. So here we are. Let me see. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate you, boo. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I've seen that complaint before, and obviously I've been going through her content these last couple of days, and I'm like, it seems like she mostly reads super chat. But to be fair, I don't like the bitch, but I could be fair. To be fair, I even sitting on this end, sometimes it's really hard to keep up on with chat, and half the time you don't want someone super chatting you to feel like, like you're ungrateful. So I could see where she may struggle because she gets a lot of super chats. So it could be that. I'm not sure. Again, I'm now going through her content and I'm just like, oh, I forgot you said this. Oh, I forgot you said this. Oh, this didn't age well. You know how Chantal says a lot of things that don't age well? Well, for FFG, she actually says and tweets a lot of things that don't age well. I can't wait. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, no, Emma. And the thing is, what she did after, first of all, what she did during the apology, it was an apology. What she did after the apology, it clearly was an apology. And I've said this many times before. If you're not sorry about something, don't apologize. What's the point? What is the point? Don't apologize. Because if you're not really sorry and you're not actually trying to change the behavior or not make that same mistake again, you might fuck around and do it again. And that's what she did. FFG in 1 tweet alluded to, and I'm saying alluded because it's just like, you'll see the tweet. It's pretty much her calling me a Nazi. And then she talked about SJWs and then said I was fake woke. Imagine using woke as an insult to a black woman. Let me guess, that's not taught in Canada either. That's not something that Canadians know either. Okay. All right. I guess. If you say so. Lolo, welcome to the Go Cluster. Oh yeah, we gonna go over quite a bit. Today's gonna be a great live stream. Here's the thing. I did put up the poll, and I want to say I'm going to try to get through this in a timely manner. If I don't and it gets really late, because I don't want to be up here too late, even though I made sure to make time to be up here more than an hour to an hour and a half, um, I will either be back tomorrow or Monday to go over Chantel's video. I know she'll release another one by then. But what I've been noticing is you guys actually fuck with the midday live streams during the week. And if that's works for you guys and it's not me having to editing, oh my God. It's not me having to edit. I don't know why I struggle with that word. It's not me having to edit long streams. I could actually work with that during the week. During the week, I could pop up here for like an hour and a half. And if that works for you guys, which it seems like you guys have been here for it, oh, we gonna talk about that. Here's the funny thing. Actually, no, I'm gonna stop talking. We're gonna get into it. There's so much we're gonna talk about. I don't know how to say your name. I'm just gonna say Gam because I pronounce things wrong all the time. Thank you so much for the super chat. Here's the thing: FFG has pointed out anti-Semitism before, especially when it comes to Chantal. Remember, Chantal did the Nazi salute, and she also told DC to go react to the Holocaust. She's pointed it out before, but it's just the way she's trying to rewrite history and paint me as someone who has either said something anti-Semitic or is anti-Semitic. Tell me what it is. And every single time she does this, when she can't produce anything, she goes right back to, oh, that's a has-been. I'm going to just ignore them. And now she's claiming I'm using her to stay relevant. Her whole channel stays relevant by how much she can insert herself into Chantal's life. To be honest with you, she seems like she's been getting more and more angry. And I think it's because Chantal actually ended up moving to Kuwait and it fucked with her content for the next 2 years. She probably had her four things planned out for the next 6 months that she was planning to do when it comes to inserting herself into Chantal's life. But Chantal's half across the world now. I wouldn't be surprised if she already had filled out an application for the villa, 2 doors down. That's probably what she's really mad about. Chantal actually moved to Kuwait. How is FFG going to keep her storyline, pretend she's not going to be still talking about BBJ, and get Chantal angry with her halfway across the world? But what do I know? But let me first of all, the way she spells it in her thumbnails, it's actually a play off of Ramadan. It's a straight play off of Ramadan. Y'all need to stop talking to me like I'm another stupid creator. When she does that, actually, we're going to get into it. If you want to sit there and make those excuses, the same excuses that would absolutely not fly with Chantal, by all means. And here's the thing, I'm going to make something clear. There are going to be people with different opinions in the chat. Y'all know my thing. Let them talk. I, for the most part, think I covered blocking most of the racism that comes through my chat and comes on my channel. So after that, let them talk. Let them talk. Please do not sit there and block people and do all that. Let them talk their shit, because hopefully I catch a stupid comment, because I love catching those. Was coined by... Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Jane Doe. No, here's the thing, though. Here's my thing. If we put that aside for a second, if we just put that aside for a quick second, and thank you for the super chat. FFG, even in her apology in the same stream, she's making it seem as though I was on welfare and I wasn't. The thing is, where did that stem from? Where did that comment stem from? Because I've never claimed I was on welfare. I never alluded to me being on welfare. And actually, when I ate myself to being housebound, I went off of my savings. I was able to live off of my savings. So I wasn't weighing the system down or being a burden to anything. I actually lived off the money I worked off of. I worked hard to make. So even with that, it doesn't make sense. There's so much about her statements that don't make sense. And one thing about FFG, she will still double down even on the lie, because a lot of her audience, and I'll say this, and I think it's a fact. It's still my opinion. I still think it's a fact. FFG knows her audience well. She knows majority of her audience is actually pretty stupid and will not question her. And majority of her audience is also not on Twitter. Thank you, Kaylee. She's so like, oh yeah. Here's the thing. I don't even knock if that's all you talk about on your channel. Even if all of your channel, every single video is about CHANTAL, I get it. CHANTAL has done a lot and it's hard to keep up with. She really is the content gift that keeps on giving. So I'm not even going to knock that. It's just she takes it a step further because it is very clear it's important to FFG to be in her storyline in some way. Here's the thing, whether you talk about CHANTAL or not, you whisper her name, she was always going to clap back or rage in some way. You know, one week, back then, one week it'd be Zach, another week it'd be Yaba, another week it'd be me, and another creator, whatever. But FFG has made it because she, in her mind, has been playing Game of Thrones over a fucking crackhead for this whole time. If you really pay attention to how FFG moves and how she tries to dictate things, she really thinks she's playing Game of Thrones. She has nothing outside of this. And I know a lot of viewers like to convince themselves she has this fulfilling. There's no way. There's no way. There is absolutely no way she actually has much outside of this. This is all she has. And actually, this is probably most of the interaction she has within her life. As much as we want to sit there and talk about, oh, CHANTAL ain't got no friends, CHANTAL ain't got this. What the fuck FFG got if she's online multiple times a day streaming about CHANTAL? And when she is offline, she's trying to come up with a scheme to insert herself into her life, into CHANTAL's life. How do you not see that and realize, oh, this bitch she's not okay at all? But that's just me. 1000%. Thank you for the super chat. Listen, we gonna talk. We gonna talk. Thank you. Let me get this going. Let's get this on the yeah, it's been 23 minutes. I ain't even start yet. Oh yeah. And here's the thing. FFG, it's one thing to hold a grudge, but FFG stews. Like she and you could tell with the way she's been handling things, she's been stewing. It's just like, oh my God, you are angry. And you're angry at the wrong person because you played yourself, bitch. Why are you mad at me? You played yourself. You're the one who lied. You're the one who continues to lie. It's just, Jasmine, I will say this, and you're right. I shouldn't put a blanket statement over everyone. And you're right. I don't believe all viewers are stupid or all her viewers are stupid. But I do believe there is a good amount of her viewers who hate CHANTAL enough and will support someone just as bad as her to spite CHANTAL. Because there's no way some of the things that FFG has been saying and doing would fly with CHANTAL. And some of it is alarming. Don't get me wrong. We're all hypocrites. I've said that from the beginning. Choose what you're a hypocrite about. FFG actually chooses some of the most alarming things to be a hypocrite about. And those are the things that, some of those things are the things we've been dragging CHANTAL about for a while. That bitch lies a lot. She's very entitled. Her ego is huge. And more that elitist behavior and language has been coming out. And she actually used the CHANTAL talking point with me about how I'm talking about her for content. Okay. All right. That made sense. Thank you, Jan. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. It's just so weird. She lies so much for no reason. That's the thing. I've always said this. If I interact with someone or see someone who lies for no reason, like there's really no reason you needed to lie, that's concerning. I'm definitely going to step away. That, please. Oh yeah, the parasocial relationships that I noticed in this corner of YouTube, it is astonishing. It's very concerning, actually. It's very concerning, but hey. Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay. We have a lot to talk about today.
Mhm,
Okay.
what we gotta talk
It's going to
about?
be a bit of a mixed bag. We don't usually blend the topics so much on this channel, but it's going to be done today. All right. Before we get into any reacts today, we're going to just, I'm going to speak on something quickly. Charlie Gold made a video yesterday about me.
I sure did. Actually, technically, the video was not only about her, but also mostly covering how viewers reacted when it did come to Evie. But you know, she can't take the slightest criticism, so she took that so personal. Thank you. How do I pronounce your name? Gomaman? Gomaman? I'm gonna say Gomaman for now. I apologize if that was wrong. And thank you and welcome. Welcome to this corner of YouTube. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize how much they miss on Twitter. It's interesting. Thank you again for the super chat. Oh, yes. I've seen a lot of people accepting apologies that are not even for them. People making excuses so they can be comfortable still cheering on their fave. When even if Chantal did even a fraction of that, we would have been dragging her for a week straight. But here we are. That. Thank you, Jane Doe. And I get it. Like when it comes to the internet, it can be an escape for a lot of people. And I get that. But don't get lost in it where you actually don't have shit outside of it.
About not just me, but the whole Traveler's Tale Chantal me situation. The video was fucking weird in my mind. And it was weird not for having an opinion.
Shenanigans, I just started, boo. No worries.
From the perspective of another reaction channel, a reactor herself, I thought it was a weird fucking take to have.
So I'm sure she's gonna mention now what was the weird take, because right now she's painting it as though like, you know, I just went in on her, but I'm sure she's gonna tell us what the weird take was. What was so weird about the video that I did? And by the way, the video she's referring to is linked in my description box. So if you want to add that to your watch later and take a look at it, maybe you can tell me what was so weird about it. But I'm sure FFG will tell us, right? Go ahead, girl.
Somebody kind of, you know, doing something else, another reaction channel, reacting to something different on their channel. You would think a reactor also would have kind of the sense to realize that it's not such a good thing when people fuck around with the reactions like that. Has nothing.
I'm so confused. I actually mentioned in the video that I thought it was cool that she branched out and, you know, was covering other people. So again, I'm sure she's going to tell us what was weird. I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it's coming, guys. Just wait for it. I'm sure it's coming. Maybe I'm just being impatient. Lynn, welcome. Welcome to the Go Cluster. And you know how, I just want to mention too, you know how when I have a point to make, I put the clip up so you can see what I'm referring to, right? You can see what I'm referring to. Say if it's a tweet, say it's a clip, you know, Chantal clip or something about Amber, it's right there. I can show you what I'm referring to, and then I could give my opinion. Either you agree or you don't agree. FFG has a habit of just speaking because she's a good storyteller. She's a good manipulator. So she's saying something about the video was weird. She's not saying much. If you really listen to her, she's kind of talking in circles because what was weird about the video? And, you know, especially another fellow reaction channel, okay? What that got to do with anything? But again, I'm sure she's going to tell us what was weird. Go ahead, girl. Take it away.
Nothing to do with going real life or bullshit like that. This is internet stuff. This is YouTube stuff. I found it a kind of just a weird take when you're also a reaction channel reacting to people. Like,
okay,
I don't know. How
what
would it
was
be
the
if
weird
somebody
take?
had, let's say,
just so we're clear, she's never going to tell us what the weird take is. For her, what the weird take was is that I had the audacity to even slightly criticize her or her chinians. That's the weird take. That's what she's upset about. I had the unbelievable gall to post a video that even slightly criticized her. And if you go listen to the video, I didn't even really drag her. I tried my best to stay as objective as possible. There's only the one thing that I know that wasn't objective is the fact that I called the behavior pathetic. Like the viewers and how they reacted, I called it pathetic more than once. That I guess you can say is not objective, but for the most part, if you listen to the video that's linked in my description, what was weird? That I had the unbelievable gall to criticize FFG. That a mess. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all ain't right. Stop it. Could you imagine if that was really them, no low key? Wouldn't that be funny? Oh my goodness. Thank you for being Meister. Thank you for being a member for 9 months. Can't stay, but the green is beautiful. Thank you. Actually, you're one of the people who said green. Okay, thank you. You like it. It's not as bright as I wanted it to be, but yes, you were one of the people who said green. Actually, you were the first person to say green. So thank you. I'm happy you liked it. I think I might do that more often. Not for the next stream, because I'm pretty confident it'll be pink. But moving forward, I might just tweet it out or put it in like a community post and just have y'all pick the color. Or I might just have my Discord choose. You know, whatever I'm feeling for the day. Thank you so much.
Done that to someone you react to, I'm sure you wouldn't have the same take at all. Nobody went like too far into Evie's life and things like that. There was a lot of weird facts being spewed in that video. Made it sound like I was the one messaging Evie when it had
Actually, I never said that. In the video, I actually gave an example when I said, what if the roles were reversed? When I mentioned the messaging, I actually said in the video that they've had a friendly exchange through messaging. I never said who contacted who. I actually said they exchanged DMs or messages in a friendly manner. Whose video did this dumb bitch watch? Again, the video is still live. It's linked in my description. She's so weird. Oh, she is so weird. She just lies and lies and lies and think this is Chantal. Welcome, Mercury. Welcome to the Gold Cluster. Oh, I should also mention, yeah, you heard her say weird facts. Only FFG would say weird facts. Okay. Welcome, Sarah. I should mention for any I mention it from time to time, but on Sundays I do stream in my Discord. It's not actually related to this corner of YouTube. We watch like Ratchet TV, like Jocelyn's Cabaret and Baddies and stuff like that. And then when Bad Boys starts back up, we'll probably be watching that, and we might insert a different show. So we do stream and we chop it up in my Discord on Sundays. But again, it's not related to this corner of YouTube. Sometimes we'll end up talking about Chantal and stuff like that, or what's going on, but the purpose is to actually talk about just different crazy shows. And the reason I bring that up, anyone who is a second tier member, Supreme, that's how you get into the Discord, okay? And if you have any trouble linking your channel to the Discord, just DM me on Twitter or just tweet me in general and tag me, and I'll link you the video that walks you through it. A+, according to her, his ex reached out to her, and she was more than happy to talk because she loves inserting herself. I'm telling you, she wants to have a storyline. FFG was looked over a lot, and when people did look at her probably growing up, because clearly we see what she looks like, I don't think the response was great. This is the most attention FFG has had probably in her whole life. So she wants to keep this storyline. She wants to keep every storyline as much as possible. And that's how I see it. Kai, thank you for gifting a membership. Thank you. Okay, listen. So earlier I was just chilling and I was bored, and then I started humming to myself, because I don't know if I told y'all, but I used to like write back in the day or whatever. Like I ain't getting no Grammy or nothing like that. So sometimes I come up with little melodies in my head. I forgot what was it. Damn, what is it that I came up with? I think it was like French fried turkey neck, French fried turkey neck, French fried turkey neck with a body like a butter roll. French fried turkey neck, French fried turkey neck, French fried turkey neck with a body like a butter roll. I sort of I was like, why did I come up with that? It's because I was editing and then a melody came in my head. So I was just like, whatever. But the reason I bring that up, anytime someone gives memberships, I just want to say a little song. Because you know how Chantal did her little ready, set, bees or whatever. So it's technically not for the members, but it's for if someone gifts, because I do get people who join quite a bit, so I'd be stopping doing that a lot. But as far as gifts, that's kind of like, you know, not so much. So yeah, so y'all know. French fried turkey neck, French fried turkey neck, French fried turkey neck with a body like a butter roll. Hey. So, if you gift memberships, I'll sing that. Just so you know. Ah, Chantal, yeah, that, that, all the way that. Thank you, Matthew. Why are we surprised that women or what? You know what, Jane? The thing is, Jane, I shouldn't be, right? It's just sometimes it is a little shocking. Sometimes it's not shocking, but sometimes it's like, damn, bitch, I used to root for you. I used to root for you. Like, ugh. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Oh shit, a lot of members. Hi, guys. Are y'all joining because y'all gonna watch Ratchet TV with me in my Discord? I love that. No lie, we got a good. I want to say we got a solid little group, and we really act a fool. Speaking of, thank you for becoming a member, by the way, Nicole. Speaking of, I hope I get the username right because I forgot. Hungry Hippo. If you do see this in my Discord, Hungry Hippo from my Discord. Happy belated birthday. I know we gave our birthday wishes that day, but I think it was their birthday like a couple of days ago. So happy belated birthday, boo. Hungry Hippo is actually one of the people who are every Sunday, damn near every Sunday. I mean, I got a good group, but don't get me wrong. It's a few. It's a few. So thank you for always being there to my, excuse me, that was nasty, to my Sunday crew. Sorry, I had soda before this. And Leslie, welcome to the Go Cluster. Baby, welcome to the Go Cluster, Baby Blue. Yeah, Baby Blue X. Let me act like I could read. Oh, y'all like my little melody? I know that's right. I know that's right. Pigmented, French fried turkey neck, French fried turkey neck, French fried turkey neck with a body like a butter roll. Listen, I could come up with more melodies. Trust me. There's so much material there. Snowy, welcome. Welcome to the Go Cluster. Oh, let's see. I feel like I missed something. What am I missing? I know I missed something. Did I miss anything? Hopefully not. Okay. Okay, let me just get back into it.
Actually been the other way around, and that he was all weirded out by us when clearly the DMs between me and Evie show that the tone definitely changed depending on who he was speaking to. There's something very strange, I'm going to say it again, about a reactor having that kind of a take.
What kind of a take? What was the issue? Say it.
On a reaction.
Welcome,
very
Tashi.
fucking weird in my opinion. Makes your narrative and your whole point of doing it beyond obvious. There's a pattern that goes on that I've noticed. Charlie will be gone for months sometimes, post absolutely nothing. But every time there's some kind of little drama surrounding me, she's there to post. I see you. That's fine. Live your life. But
remember she said that. Please remember she said that. Because unless I'm mistaken, have I really made that much content about FFG? Because I don't recall I have. I addressed her back in November and a little bit before that when she really started with the Islamophobia. And I actually talked about a lot of different issues within the community. And I also mentioned her. Then I addressed her in November, slightly dog walked her. And then I made my video the other day. So I'm confused. It's almost as if she doesn't like anyone to mention her unless she's being praised, unless she's a hero, unless she's all these great things. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
In this case, weird fucking take. Really weird fucking take. I don't know. I don't know what else to say beyond that. I haven't watched the whole video. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I don't really give that.
I think someone just gave her the cliff notes because nothing she said made sense.
Many fucks to watch that much, but
okay.
Again, just because she's a reactor.
Welcome, Gia.
Take. I don't know. I'm not going to say more than that.
That's it. FFG talks a lot, and all she had to say is weird, weird, weird. What was weird? What was weird? Damn, when it comes to Chantal, she normally has a lot more to say, but when it comes to my video, that was actually pretty well put together and great talking points. All she got is that it was weird, especially coming from a reaction channel. Okay, all right.
When somebody, just like Chantal, has nothing to speak on their channel, it looks like they come to me for something to speak on.
When have I done content on her? The irony of this, the lack of self awareness, her whole channel is built on if Chantal uploads, if Chantal's still breathing, if that enlarged heart does not take her out. Her whole channel is built on Chantal's survival. And if Chantal ain't around, she gonna find a retro react. She gonna hold some type of show. She's gonna sit there and shop for BBJ. She gonna go live and talk about a community post. I can't wait until it gets to the point that she's talking about comments. What is she talking about? She sounds like Chantal. She's not special. She's not off limits. Jeez. Nicole, Chantal's insults with people. Yeah. That is actually a good point. That is a good point. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Keon says she was dead serious. FFG is dead serious in what she's saying. I and people watched this and was applauding it. And people watch, yeah. What is it that she said? You understood what she said? Did she actually make a point?
Drum up some drama. I see a pattern. That's all. It's not just.
Remember, she said this. I see a pattern. We're going to talk about patterns when it comes to FFG.
Just Chantal. You're more alike than you would like to believe. Put it that way. Oxygen peroxide. Thank you for the super chat. Didn't she call your hatred for Chantal a sibling rivalry? She absolutely did.
I said what the fuck I said. What does that have to do with what she tweeted out? What does that have to do with her lying about me being on welfare? What did that have to do with this horrible apology she's about to go forward with? I sure did, and I said what the fuck I said. That was nothing to apologize for. Is that going to take away? The thing is, when they brought, didn't she call Chantal? Didn't she say you guys have a sibling? What the fuck does that mean? Is that supposed to lead to racism? What does that have to do with anything?
Absolutely did. Now I'm going to address a tweet that I made this morning. Okay. Charlie going back and forth and like, what do you call retweeting me and me retweeting her and quote tweeting. It's been a shit show this morning on Twitter.
It's been fun. I thrive on there. Because one thing you could tell when FFG is struggling, because all she does is curse. Like, bitch, are you going to make a point anywhere? Curse, anti-Semitic, curse, anti. Where am I anti-Semitic? Are you going to make a valid point anywhere? Provide a clip, provide an example, a comment. Bitch, you ain't got shit. Ooh, she lucky. She lucky Chantal exists. Because anywhere else, she would have been eating the fuck up.
Charlie said some bullshit to me. I could pull it up for the exact wording, but chinless, blah, blah, and just went on and on about her stupid shit. And I had a pretty vicious take back at her. My vicious take back was about a GoFundMe that Charlie had made.
I wanted to bring this up. For those who don't know, this is not the first time FFG has actually brought up a GoFundMe. Before, though, she claimed it was a scam for a ticket to Hawaii. Now, this was back in 2022. And if you look at the date, that date is very important because when I turn around and drag FFG, which is starting to become more and more common, and she has nothing else, she likes to bring up that GoFundMe quite a bit. Keep in mind, I ran no GoFundMe scam. That's a talking point straight from the people she used to criticize. That's a talking point straight from them. It's always been a lie. It's been 3 years. I'm waiting to see where I ran a scam. But yeah, the GoFundMe, that Hawaii trip, was not the first time she brought that up. Again, she said she notices patterns. So do I. When FFG gets dragged by me, which is very easy to do, she likes to fall back on two things. Well, not true. Three things. The Hawaii, the GoFundMe that I obviously the failed GoFundMe that I had for Hawaii from 2016, she likes to also fall back on claiming I'm anti-Semitic or lies. And seeing that it's FFG and she's getting a lot more angry, she's been doing all three. So yeah, I know you guys are like, wait, damn, aren't we in 2023? Yeah, this is not the first time FFG has tried this. The last time she did, I just said nothing. I just took a screenshot and let her keep going. Again, never, never get confused when I'm silent. Please don't.
E-begging for a trip to Hawaii.
That's actually not true. But who has the energy? Listen, baby, let me tell you something. Angelica, she has the energy for me at 6:30 in the morning, at close to 1 a.m. Oh, pay attention to the times on these tweets. I live rent free in this bitch's mind. When I tell you FFG is holding on to the fact that she couldn't lie on me and continue lying and continue vague tweeting and continue talking shit. And when I finally responded, FFG will never let that go. And the funny thing is, her behavior, which is me responding to what she has been lying about and all the things she's done, actually reminds me of a certain creator from 3 years ago. Pay attention to FFG's patterns. Pay attention to how much she lies. Pay attention to how much she gets offended at me simply giving an opinion or responding to the bullshit that she feels she should be free to spread. It reminds me of a creator that still cries 3 years later. We'll get to him though. This stream is going to be full with, it's going to be packed. Just know that. Agree, you definitely play both sides. I'm quite confused. Claim both or not at all. Jane Doe, I will say this though. Thank you for the super chat because someone educated me on this. Actually, I'm going to say this first. I never questioned if FFG was Jewish. I've always known she was Jewish. Even back when, what's his name? Negs was questioning if she was Jewish and he tried to make it seem as though a tattoo she had was problematic. And at one point she posted, I think, was it matzo ball soup or something like that? I've always known she was Jewish. Later on, I found out about her being Greek. I've never questioned if she was Jewish. What I was confused about is when she said she was an immigrant from Greece. And I was just like, oh, wait, I thought she was from New York. And then a few of her viewers actually said, no, I think from the beginning, she's always said it was her mom who was from New York. I'm like, okay, but she's making it seem like I questioned if she was Jewish. We've talked privately about her being Jewish. And when I ask what the issue is, she can't come up with a good enough lie. Because when it comes to me, I ain't just saying, I ain't CHANTAL and I ain't these other scared ass fucking creators. Provide receipts.
In her past, at a time that she was apparently...
Oh, to answer your question, I'm going to go through this quickly. What she's referring to is back in 2016, someone set up a GoFundMe for me. I was over 400 pounds, bedbound, living off of my savings. They wanted me to go out to Hawaii for a year. Him and his team were going to train me, help me turn my life around because I was suicidal, set up the GoFundMe. Mind you, he set it up. We reached close to nothing because I shared it on my personal Facebook. I think a lot of people think that was shared on YouTube. No, this was back in 2016. It was shared on my personal Facebook. And we, we didn't reach close to anything, so we shut it down. If she wants to call it e-begging, I'm okay with that. That was set up for me to try to make steps towards bettering my life. I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever. But apparently for her, I should have been ashamed if I was on welfare, and she fucked up. I was never on welfare.
Housebound, almost bedbound, because of her weight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a reference to welfare and At the same
Thank
time,
you,
e-begging for
Badesi.
a trip to Hawaii. That the fact that I use the word welfare is now being used as Frenchie's a racist.
Here's the thing. I want people to fully understand this, and this is a problem a lot of people don't understand. When it comes to racism, there are people who have said racist things. It doesn't mean you're a racist. It doesn't mean you're a racist. Not automatically. But for me, when you start to have a pattern of behavior, then you're a racist. There's things people have said that are straight racist, and they don't know it, and they're like, my bad, I changed behavior. They learn from it and keep it pushing. But FFG's behavior is starting to look a lot like Chantal's. She's been called out for Islamophobia and a lot of things. And what people don't realize, just because it's Islamophobic does not mean it's not racist. There's a lot of Islamophobia that actually turns racist. Educate yourselves. And the problem with this welfare comment, I'm still waiting for her to show me where I was on welfare. Seeing that I wasn't, why did she assume I was on welfare? Where did that dig come from? I don't understand. That's an issue. And the welfare queen, the person who's directly impacted by that stereotype is Black women. It came out of nowhere because I've never been on welfare, but she's going to say otherwise because it's FFG and she can't be accountable. Oh, baby, I love me a good receipt. I love me a good receipt, especially when I'm dealing with liars. Thank you for the super chat. Exactly. Exactly. I'm telling you, it's Chantal. Because that's the thing. If FFG could just feign ignorance, why couldn't Chantal do that this whole time? Why couldn't Chantal do that? Chantal was explained what Goblin was and still doubled down and didn't care and was being dismissive. FFG did the same thing. She was being explained. People were explaining to her, like, this is racist, this is the issue. And she was still doubling down. Well, she was on welfare. No, the fuck I wasn't. I quote tweeted you more than once telling you I wasn't. And then she still goes onto her platform and does this. Sorry, guys.
Because that's always the argument.
All right. So this happened. Give me 1 second. This happened on the 5th where she's addressing this. Thank you, Bay. Keep trying to spin it as they're mad I use the word welfare. Exactly. They know damn well it's not. Exactly. Exactly. They know this though, but they can't lose their fave. Who are they going to go to who's willing to stream any time of the day, drop anything that they're doing, which is nothing because they have no life, to stream Chantal? They don't want to actually look at her the same way that they have to look at Chantal. They don't want that. And the more that this behavior continues, the more I actually realize the issue wasn't Chantal's actions for a lot of FFG's viewers. The issue was Chantal. Because if we don't like certain things, it should be that way across the board. If we don't like Chantal constantly lying, it should be like that across the board. If we don't like racism, it should be like that across the board. But all I see is excuses for FFG because she's the only loser or the main loser on this platform who has nothing outside of this. So therefore, she's always going to be around. She's always going to make herself available. And God forbid Chantal ever actually dipped from this platform. I really would like to see how they continue on. And thank you, Bay. Want to act like they're progressive, but it's time. Exactly. They complain woke. Oh, we're going to actually, let's get into that. Thank you. So that stream where she apologized was on the 5th. This was on the 7th. At 12:30 in the morning, she was thinking about me. She says questioning a Jew's heritage is something a Nazi would do. Who's she calling a Nazi? Only in this community to fake SJW's attack on some bullshit while being xenophobic and openly anti-Semitic. Where? Show me. And their fake woke has-been leader encourages it and participates. You're a whole ass clown. I am fake woke. Being woke, my my comfort, my experience in life depends on me being woke. And for those who don't know what woke is,
When
because it's FFG, I do have it here and I'm going to read the definition so you fully understand. My whole experience depends on if I'm woke. I can't not be woke as a black person. And I'm proud to be woke even if I wasn't black. But imagine saying a white woman using woke as an insult to a black woman 2 days or a day and a half, because that was at a little after midnight, after apologizing for being racist or attempting to apologize for being racist. So 2 days later, I'm fake woke. Okay. Woke is the state of being conscious of racial discrimination in society and other forms of oppression and injustice. A lot in my personal life, a lot in my quality of life depends on being woke as a black woman. But I wouldn't expect a white woman, a racist white woman, to understand that. Stop saying woke when you want to say black. That part. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat.
in I'm going to say this, every country outside of the United States.
Oh, first I want to say starving demons. I'm sorry due to, what you got going on, but keep in mind she didn't even just say welfare. She tried to categorize people on welfare as being lazy. Let's not forget that, and we're going to cover that.
Nobody equates welfare to race. It's just not a thing, and it really isn't.
It is. It is. A racist white woman in Canada doesn't speak for the world. A racist white woman in Canada who doesn't have the lived experience of other people trying to educate her does not speak for us. That's the problem with a lot of white women, especially in this corner of YouTube. It just does not exist. Actually, it actually exists in Canada. There's a lot of DMs I was getting. When it comes to the stereotype of welfare, from my understanding, that's something that the First Nations has to deal with up in Canada. But FFG's white ass would not understand that. She's a privileged white woman who sits on this platform thinking that she can tell people of color, black people, Muslim people, how to feel, when to feel, and try to debunk what we're saying as if it's not our lived experience. White people cannot tell us about our lived experience. You are white. Amber, thank you so much for the super chat. Across the world in different cultures, youth. Very much alike. Very much alike. She actually sounds like the people who claim that there's no racism in Canada. She didn't say those words, but there are people I've seen say that, and it's just like, oh, not for you. That's what's sad. Thank you for the super chat. She knew exactly what she meant. She knew exactly what she meant. She just didn't realize that she'd get enough comments that might actually force her because she felt forced to apologize. She's not sorry. She knew what she meant. She doubled down, and that's why she ended up being racist again 2 days later. Again, if you are not sorry, don't apologize. It's not that hard. If you're not sorry, don't apologize. Oh, wait, but if she doesn't apologize, then she can't call out CHANTAL on her bigotry moving forward. Oh, very toxic relationship. I love seeing a strong black woman. Oh, thank you, baby blue. Thank you. And I wish you luck. Take your time to heal and focus on you, boo. And I'm sorry to hear that. Can we actually send some love to baby blue in the chat? I've been there in the past. I feel you. FFG is sounding a lot like CHANTAL. I know welfare. That part, that part, that part. She might as well have said that. That part. Gaze into the cow for too long and you start mooing, FFG. I've been saying that for how long? This bitch is transforming into the worst parts of the people she used to criticize. And keep in mind, I said the people she used to criticize. Because a lot of her talking points are sounding very anti. And thank you, Trauma.
I'm not trying to excuse
That's
what
exactly
I
what
said,
you're trying
but
to do.
like in a way I am, because had I lived in a country where one equals the other. Obviously, I'm not going to be using a word like that when speaking to or tweeting about a Black woman.
She used the word woke as an insult 2 days later. Go ahead.
That's pretty obvious. Where I live, welfare equals lazy. So making the point about
Welfare equals lazy. I'm confused because, again, I don't live in Canada. Are there not like single moms on welfare? Aren't there hardworking people on welfare that are just trying to make it, trying to get the help that they can, using it as a stepping stone? So welfare to her means lazy? Now, here's the thing. I know she meant that towards me while being racist, but I wasn't on welfare. I've never been on welfare. And she keeps repeating that. Welfare to her means lazy. There's a lot of people on welfare who are not lazy. Um, Oof, you just keep putting your foot in your mouth. Keep in mind, we're not even at the apology part yet. We haven't even gotten to the apology. She just keeps just digging deeper, digging deeper. Don't that sound familiar? Don't that sound a little familiar? Another white racist lady in Canada? That sound familiar, don't it? During the summer, we're woke. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Jane. The thing with she's just gonna keep putting her foot in her mouth. And I actually am enjoying her doing it. More and more, she's going to keep showing her ass. And more, she's gonna learn she picked the wrong fucking one when it comes to me. I can't wait. I'm starting to notice that FFG might actually also be the content gift that might keep giving. Because again, I did that stream and I was just like, all right, people get the point. And then 2 days later, here we are. Here we are. The welfare queen was the white woman, but was retold for the news that she was Black, and it became a Black stereotype. Thank you, Sister Knight. Exactly. No matter what, like for example, right? And I've heard this in the past where people get upset because the word ghetto originally comes from Jewish people. And what people don't understand, right? Like, for example, now, today, and for decades now, no matter where the word ghetto originated from, it is now a stereotype of Black people. So even if the welfare queen was a white woman, it is now always attached to Black women. There's a lot of stereotypes that Black people face, people of color face, that didn't originally start or wasn't originally something that was directed towards us, but it's something that now we have to carry the torch for whatever reason. And it's unfortunate. That's why when a lot of people are like, oh, this is ghetto, this is ratchet, what's ghetto about it? And I remember there wasn't, I'm going to say like 2 years ago when I used to get criticism. There have been some creators who like snap their neck and do all that. Baby, who are you imitating? Who are you imitating? The amount of racism that has been in this corner of YouTube for a long time has been growing and growing. And I notice a lot of bigots getting more and more comfortable. And one thing about me, I love making bigots uncomfortable. So if you want to continue to spew out racist rhetoric, dog whistles, and literally almost be a carbon copy of Chantal, I'll keep talking about you. I will monetize my opinion on you as well. And the way she's like, oh, she's using this to revive her channel. Girl, no, I love making money off of horrible people. I love monetizing my opinion off of horrible people. You're not that serious. Even Chantal isn't. FFG actually talks like we're on The View. Like we are YouTubers following other YouTubers' lives. Simmer down. Thank you. Thank you, Ultraviolet Shade. Thank you so much for the super chat. If I'm being real, this might be a regular occurrence. If the bigotry continues, I'll be around. Again, I love making bigots uncomfortable. And the thing is, I can drive a point home, especially with receipts. Thank you. Blackface in Canada done by Black people can't act like. Oh yeah. There's racism in Canada. It's just FFG lives in her privileged bubble. Thank you for the super chat.
Somebody who ate themselves to a size where they're housebound and now e-begging for a trip to
FFG plays a character, Anna Katie. FFG plays a character. She's a mob boss one day. She's got legal advice another. She's a vet the other day, and she's another amazing talent. She is a good storyteller. That's what I've noticed with FFG. And if you start paying attention to her, you will notice this as well. FFG is a good storyteller. And for the content that we do, I get that. It is something that drew me into her. But when I start noticing how much she lies, it's just like, oh, her ways of telling stories is actually manipulation.
Hawaii as if they needed a vacation. It was the point of lazy.
It wasn't a vacation. It wasn't a vacation. That man, the trainer and his team, he wanted me out there for a year. Thank you for the super chat, Nicole. He wanted me out there for a year. He wanted to raise money because guess what? Living in Hawaii is not cheap. It was not a vacation. I was bedbound and suicidal. It wasn't meant to be a vacation. Well, housebound, but she says bedbound. I'll take it. I don't care. Same shit.
Had nothing to do with race. That's been going back and forth all day on Twitter, and oh, it's racist. No, it's not
Jojo,
racist.
thank you, boo.
Everyone outside of the state saying that where they come from, it's just not racist. It's
most of the people, and I'm not kidding when I say this, majority of the people that were claiming it's not racist, they had PFPs of white people. Majority of the people that were claiming it was not racist the call was coming from inside the house. It's interesting how many white people come out to claim what is not racist when you don't have a say. Oh, I don't have this experience over here. Well, you're white. No shit, you're white.
equated to lazy. Everyone in the States sending these articles about something called a welfare queen, which is a stereotypically Black woman.
Thank you,
That's a term
barbecue
that I've
chicken.
never heard before. And I would bet that everybody outside of the United States had never heard that term before.
I have a question. Put a 1 in the chat if you think FFG even took the time to not just Google, but maybe ask someone Black in her real life about that welfare comment. Put a 1 in the chat if you think FFG did that. Put a 2 in the chat if you think FFG didn't even actually look into anything to see if there's a chance that that welfare comment could be seen as racist to even someone Black in Canada. Because here's the thing, I've seen many things online to a lot of people who have a lived experience that I will never understand. And there are times I just go to those people in my real life and say, hey, I want to ask you something. How does this come off to you? And they answer me. But I have a feeling FFG lives in a certain bubble and she should have shut the fuck up. Yeah, I see all the 2s. I highly doubt she even took the time to ask someone.
It's just not equated to race outside of the United States.
Yes, even outside of the United States, it is
a thing. But I will say this, okay? That's my ignorance. I don't know about
That's the thing, Mercury. She didn't even connect that. The fact that she's claiming that being on welfare means you lazy. She didn't even connect. That's also insulting. But it's
every
FFG.
detail in the States. I just don't. And I'm not trying to sound like CHANTAL about it, because when informed about something I didn't know about, I'm not going to go on and on and on about the thing, obviously. I would like to apologize for having said welfare to a Black woman in the United States. I can only blame my ignorance because, like I said, that is not at all.
Here's the thing, too. The irony of FFG to even sit here and talk about laziness. I want to make something clear. The act of reacting doesn't take much. You can actually call that lazy. I am sitting here in front of my laptop, looking at a video and speaking. The act of reacting is pretty lazy. Where you put an effort into your content is actually with the editing. FFG drags her and her chins over to her laptop once a day, twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day to sit in front of a laptop with the camera off, so Lord knows how dirty and dingy she looks, to scream at Chantal's videos. That's all she does. It doesn't take much effort to leave one smelly ass room, to walk into another smelly ass room, to sit in front of a laptop and probably smoke and yell at a fucking screen. Her content in itself is fucking lazy. And she does it multiple times a day. And you know who's super chatting her, who's clicking those videos, who's liking it? People who are actually going out working traditional jobs, people who probably do get assistance in some way. Majority of her audience probably works harder than her. And while those little chinions are trying to convince themselves she's in school, she has a job, she has a family, she has a man, bitch, she doesn't have most of those things. A family, I'm sure. But those others, questionable. She has all these things going for her. She has a lot of time on her hand if she has all those things going for her. She has a lot of time on her hands. I've seen days where FFG streams for 3 times a day for hours on end. But she has so much going for her online. Okay. The bitch is lazy and has the nerve to sit there and call people on welfare lazy. Well, I'm sorry, people on welfare couldn't, tell the future and knew trolling Chantal out of her cat would get them thousands within a month. I'm sorry. To the people on welfare, you should have thought ahead. You should have inserted yourself into Chantal's life. You should have went to visit Shannon when she's supposed to be getting help and taking photo ops. You should have followed Chantal to a fucking fashion show. To the people on welfare, I'm sorry you didn't have that crystal ball to sit there and pretty much try to wear Chantal's skin. Because you probably wouldn't have been on welfare if you were fat, ugly, and just as obsessed as fucking FFG. But people on welfare are lazy. No, she's an obsessed psycho who has nothing out of this.
A thing outside of the United States. It's just not. It is equated to laziness, not at all race. And in fact, where I live, where I grew up, it is normally used as a stereotype against, let's say, the French speaking, what they call the pure laine, white.
And First Nations. I don't know what she's talking about, but the amount of DMs I got and the amount of people educating me on this, that's also not true.
Quebecois people. Never at all.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Jane Doe. I don't. I don't. I don't. I really don't. I think the most Black people she probably knew is at her last job, which I'm sure she's not there anymore, or in this corner of YouTube. Outside of that, I don't think she actually interacts with Black people like that. Maybe a neighbor or something, but as far as in her personal life, Black friends or anything like that, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. 47. Thank you so much for the super chat.
All used as a race thing, though. It's always to equate laziness. So, again,
wrong.
I am sorry to anybody in the States
That
who was offended.
Thank you, Queen.
That's a bad way to apologize. I mean,
yeah. So her first apology, keep in mind, she offers 3. We're going to go over all 3. Her first apology starts off with, I'm sorry if anyone was offended. Girl. The word was racist. I've never heard it before. So thank you for pointing it out to me, Charlie, and this sensible people in this community. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for hearing us out. That's the thing. I don't expect everyone to know everything that's racist. But the expectation I do have is for people to shut the fuck up and listen. And my attitude is not towards you, Matthew. It's towards French fried turkey neck. That is the expectation. I don't expect everyone to know everything I don't even know everything that's Islamophobic. I don't know everything. But if I get checked on something, the very least I could do is be like, oh, wait, what's wrong? What happened? And listen. But here's the thing. FFG claimed, you saw in my intro, she claimed she could debate Chantal on anything having to do with the world. She could debate Chantal on anything. You think so? Okay. They're both just as stupid.
I'm sorry if I offended you, but I am sorry for having offended anybody in the States with my using of the word welfare in a takedown insult to a black.
Here's the thing. First issue with this fake apology. The comment was directed towards me. If she was actually sorry, she's not sorry. She felt forced to do this. If she was actually sorry, all FFG had to say is, I apologize to Charlie for saying that racist remark, and I apologize to anyone in this, any person in the Black community. That's it. I've heard you. I will learn. I won't do it again. Done. So many twists and turns within this apology. And she actually never directly apologized to me, by the way.
Black woman. It was never my intent. I literally meant lazy. And if because the word welfare is being harped on real hard on Twitter today.
See, here's the thing. Let's kind of reverse this a little bit. Say if there was a word that I said, and I'm still waiting to hear what I said that was anti-Semitic while she, comes up with something. Say if I'm going to say pencil, because I really don't want to actually come up with a word. Say if I said FFG's legs are, thin as pencils, which they actually are. But, and she turned around and said, oh, equating that pencil to me is actually anti-Semitic. I wouldn't turn around in my apology and say, since she's harping on the word pencil, bitch, that's the word but you're telling me that's the word that's anti-Semitic. Why would I say it like that? Since she's harping on the word pencil. Don't apologize. Just don't apologize. It is absolutely a CHANTAL apology. Just drawn out and on live stream where she couldn't edit it down. At least with CHANTAL's apologies, the majority of them were actually edited videos. So she was stumbling all over her words. She didn't know what to do. Thank you, no woman, no cry. That's one of the biggest issues. That's one of the biggest issues. You can't tell her shit. The nerve of me to make a video about her. The nerve of me to stream and monetize my opinion on her when her whole channel is built off of monetizing her opinions, her lies, her conspiracies on someone else's content. But I need her. Bitch, you need everyone else to also make money on this platform. It just so happens I'm starting to see the similarities. And I love to monetize my opinion on pieces of shit, especially bigots.
If you read the entire tweet, the
Girl, let me tell you something. At this point, she might as well have been sitting in front of a plate of collard greens. Because, that's really all that was missing. What the fuck was this?
Context of the word and the fact that I am using it to equate lazy is it's obvious in the wording of the rest of the tweet.
Wait, hold on. Who called her? Wait, did someone call her hungry hypocrite, or is that just a username? Where's that coming from? I don't know where that's coming from, but that shit is funny. Whoever said hungry hypocrite. Oh my goodness. Thank you. That's funny.
Just is. So that's all I got to say. Again, I apologize for offending and using that word against an American woman when that is a racial stereotype.
Listen to how she's struggling, bitch. You know she don't want to do this. She said, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry for offending an American person who, bitch, she's trying everything in her power to not go off. I apologize for offending the people in the United States and also that American woman who, bitch, behind that black screen, her chins were quaking. Her chins were quaking, about to fucking explode. She is struggling to get through this. God damn. And she calls people clowns? Wow. Thank you, Bamboozled. I will be using that in the future, just to let you know. Not French fried fatback. Hold the fuck. Where are y'all coming up with these names? French, are y'all seeing the screen? French fried fat. Jesus. Listen, okay, listen, y'all. Y'all can't make this too fun because I might really lean in on this bitch and mix her in with her sister. Listen, y'all can't. Not French fried fatback. Jesus, that was good. Damn. Oh, I'm saving these. I'm sorry, but that. Exactly, Luna Mars. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Just Jamie, thank you for being a member for 17 months. Listen, Just Jamie, if you haven't noticed, I talk a lot. I'm not halfway through this, boo. Don't worry. Oh, oh, Lala. We ain't even get to the gatekeeping part yet. Sit tight. FFG tries to gatekeep a lot. Sit tight. You gonna see. Oh, I came with receipts. I came with things not aging well for her. I came with contradictions. I came with reminding people she's a fucking liar. Oh, we haven't even really dug in. We gonna get there. Thank you. She's confused when she has to go up against an intelligent person. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. I know that probably sounds like I'm full of myself, but I'm not as dumb as Chantal. That I will say. And that's why she's struggling. That's why she's been struggling. And that's why she's holding a grudge. And the anger is really having her show her ass more and more. Thank you so much for the super chat.
In your country. I didn't know. I now know. I would never say something like that again. And I would have never, ever, ever have said it if I had known. That's all it is. All right?
Thank you, Nicole.
So you only offended her. No, well, you know how it is. Like the arm, I don't.
That person said you only offended her and she wanted to go into, well, you know how it is, the army. So you don't even believe what you're saying. Why are you apologizing? When she says the army, she's talking about the SJWs, the fake wokes. Well, you know how the army, why are you fucking apologizing then? And actually, she didn't just offend me. It was racist. That's the problem with that. When you sit there and say something racist, it affects more than just the person you're targeting. That's why I don't understand when you're trying to drag someone, why go to that? It's easy to drag me without being racist. But I notice it's a trend that people fucking struggle with, especially some of the loudest creators. We'll get to that. It ain't just her. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much for the super chat, boo. I'm telling you, French fried fatback, that shit, god damn, that was good. That was fucking good. Matter of fact, I never do this. I never do this. But please, someone change their name to French fried fatback. Please, someone change their username to French fried fatback. I might actually change my name to French fried fatback in my Discord. Like, low key, that is a good ass drag. My people. I found my people, bitch.
Say just the army is jumping in because it's what happens on Twitter, but I'm sure it did genuinely offend some other people.
Okay. So here's the thing. She said, I'm genuinely sure it offended other people. Let's remember, FFG has been offending people for a while. Swear to God, half of this community is actually, let me do full screen. Swear to God, half of this community is brain dead, but still insist on shooting their dumb mouths. That's projection. Now, what is that about? That's Mercy. Mercy is a Muslim woman in this community that has been calling out the Islamophobia and the racism since Chantal put on that hijab. This is one of the conversations that FFG had with Mercy, where Mercy is once again letting her know what issues she has with her content. And FFG's response is the brains of this community. And she always puts a clown emoji when she's really one of the biggest clowns and ugly. Ham stays, salad definitely stays. You morons stay mad and reaching. Nobody but an anti-Semitic has-been gives a damn. Keep in mind, that is Mercy, a Muslim woman, trying to continuously, she's been doing it for months, saying what is wrong with FFG's content when it comes, and her language and her actions, when it comes to the Islamophobia and the racism. And she's still brings it back to me and is still calling me anti-Semitic. That's November of last year. Keep in mind that same Muslim woman, FFG, sat on Twitter on her birthday, going back and forth with Mercy, trying to explain to her why she can continue being Islamophobic and racist on her birthday. And you Chinyans believe this bitch has something outside of YouTube, outside of social media, on her birthday. Okay.
It's a bunch of people sending me the like welfare queen article and things like that. I'm sure it did offend more than just Charlie.
Thank you.
I'm sure it did offend more than just Charlie.
So I'm sure it did offend more than just Charlie. Let's listen to those apologies again.
So of course I'd like to apologize for that. You know what I mean? I would like to apologize for having.
So we're going to listen to all three apologies at once. I put them together because she apologized 3 separate times because she was struggling. She apologized 3 separate times because she was struggling. So let's listen to all 3 apologies. Take it away, FFG.
Said welfare to a Black woman in the United States. I can only blame my ignorance because, like I said, that is not at all a thing outside of the United States. It's just not. So, again, I am sorry to anybody in the States who was offended. That's a bad way to apologize. I mean,
horrible.
I'm sorry if I offended you, but I am sorry for having offended anybody in the States with my using of the word welfare in a takedown insult to a Black woman. It was never my intent. I literally meant lazy.
She can't even say my name.
I apologize for offending and using that word against an American woman when that is a racial like stereotype in your country. I didn't know. I now know. I would never say something like that again. And I would have never, ever, ever have said it if I had known. That's all it is. All right? Just
3 apologies, 3 separate apologies. She couldn't even say my name during one of the apologies. I'm sure I offended more than just Charlie. Bitch, you didn't even say my name. She actually mentions my name more when she starts blaming things on me, criticizing me, but not during the apology for her using literally a racist stereotype towards me. She couldn't even say my name. That bitch struggled through those fucking apologies as much as that dry ass ponytail struggles daily. That was pathetic. And this is the woman who sits there and calls people's clowns, who sits there and criticizes CHANTAL day in and day out, made 3 attempts at a fucking apology and couldn't even get one of them right. Pathetic. FFG is a fucking clown. I love to see it. Exactly. Thank you, Nicole. But how you say it, because it was used as an insult. Jordan, thank you. Saying something different. Exactly. She meant it as an insult. She meant it for me to be put down, for me to be put in my place. Does that sound familiar to y'all? Because FFG for months has been trying to put me in my place. That sounds familiar. Just a mess. Oh, Nicole, I've been documenting for a while. If y'all only knew. That's why I say, when I said, what was it, a couple of streams ago or a few days ago, my silence was a lot of grace to these dumb bitches, I meant that. My silence was grace. But they never understood that. Eden, thank you so much for being a member for 13 months, boo. Glad to see, missed you. Hope everything's going well in here. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, messages like that really, I don't know, I'm not gonna be dramatic, but I do really appreciate, I get a lot of viewers, a lot of supporters that genuinely just like, I hope you're good. All we care about is that you're good. And it means a lot because at the end of the day, we strangers on the internet. You don't gotta give a shit about how my day's going, how my life's going, how my mental health is going. But I see those comments. I never miss them. And for the people who do constantly check in on me, please don't think it goes unseen. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Eden. Let me see. Feel worthless if they aren't working, no matter their circumstances. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because here's the thing, especially to the white people who are currently watching, whether you know it or not, when it comes to life, you start at the start line. For POC and Black people, we don't start at the starting line. We do not. So even during a struggle that you can't control, there is that feeling of feeling worthless because we already know what the world looks at us like. That's why back in 2020, I think it was when I was doxxed, or end of 2019. No, 2020. When I was on the payment plan for my rent, and the amount of people that try to laugh or whatever and claim I was evicted, I wasn't evicted. I was on a payment plan. And looking back at it now, the way I should have addressed it so differently, but it's because I already know the world looks at Black people like this. I already know the world looks at me as a Black person the way they look at me, not knowing I'm responsible for multiple households. I'm a first generation Haitian. I'm the first generation as far as being born in the States. That means a lot when it comes to my family falls on me. I'm responsible for a lot. I may not have children yet, but I'm responsible for a lot. And when I fall short somewhere, I'm falling short when it comes to my family as well. My grandfather's cancer treatments were on me. A lot of his stuff was on me. During the pandemic, when people had to stay home or different things were piling up, that's me. That's me. And when I fall short, I feel it probably more than the average person. Definitely more than a white person. Because I already know every time I step out that door, I'm looked at as less than. So when she made that welfare comment, I already know how the world looks at me. You don't think I've never needed to be on welfare? I've needed to be on welfare before. I've needed help. And you know what stopped me from even applying or trying? Because I already know how the world looks at me. I'd rather starve than go on welfare because I know how the world looks at me. So when she made that comment, and I knew, that's why when I wrote never, it was in capitals because I was instantly reacting because I'm like, I have never been on welfare. I have suffered. I have suffered to make sure I'm never on welfare because I know how the fucking world looks at me. And you fucking bitches who should really be grateful for the times I never said shit, who should be grateful the times that I fucking backed your ass, who should be grateful for the fact that I'm one of the blueprints to this shit. Your fucking fat ass couldn't sit there and drag CHANTAL if it wasn't for a bitch like me who said it with their fucking chest. But a welfare comment, really? Fake woke, really? My whole existence, my quality of life depends on me being woke. Because when I step out this door, I'm already looked down on. Let me tell you something. A few years ago, I know the year, I'm not going to say it. A few years ago, I made like a life-changing purchase. It was something I was really proud of, something I saved up for. The person who had to see the purchase through, I'm being vague intentionally. The person who had to see the purchase through, it was a very happy day for me who I worked hard to get to that day. I worked hard to get to that moment, and I was just so happy. And one of the last things that person said to me was, "You were nothing I ever expected." And sometimes people say that because, like, I have a resting bitch face. So I thought that's what they were talking about. So I'm like, oh, shit, he's probably talking about my resting bitch face. He said, "You were nothing that I expected. You have great credit. Your savings is together. You're well-spoken. Your life is so together." He destroyed every bit of that moment for me. He destroyed every bit of that moment for me. He looked at me and said, "You have all these great things, and that was nothing I expected from you. Why? What did I do that he would ever think I was the opposite of that?" I was black. He ruined that moment for me. I went in my car and I cried because he ruined that moment for me. I was nothing that he expected. I had great credit. I had savings. I worked hard. I was well spoken. He ruined it for me. People wonder why I fat shame or why I don't care about fat shaming. I don't care when people fat shame me. I don't care when people talk about my looks as long as it doesn't lead to racism. I will have to spend the rest of my life explaining why I'm worthy while being black. You think I give a fuck about someone talking about my BMI? You think I give a fuck about someone talking about my teeth or my forehead? I'm black. That is the hardest thing I have to struggle through when it comes to life. And don't get me wrong, I'm proud to be black. I didn't always feel like that. I did not always feel like that. If you asked me 10, 15 years ago if I could take a pill and be white, baby, I would have swallowed that shit before you even finished your sentence. Because I didn't want to continue to struggle. I didn't want to continue to feel like I'll never be worthy. I didn't want the remarks of people thinking that I was on Section 8 and shit. So when y'all sit there and want to pretend that you could speak for black people, you will never fucking understand. Ever understand. Because it's not your lived experience. You could sit there and fuck black people. You could sit there and have black friends. You could sit there and have biracial kids for all I care. You will never understand what it truly is to fucking be black or a person of color. So while FFG's ugly ass sits there and makes excuse and this and that and the welfare comment that she still can't fucking explain away, that's not the first time I heard that. Many creators, well, really it was just two, but other creators on this platform have claimed I was on welfare, Section 8, all that shit. And I have intentionally continued to struggle in the past to make sure I could say I was never on welfare because I know that's an expectation that the world has of me. So fuck you. To every bigot out there, fuck you. Especially you, FFG. Thank you, Jane. Sorry, I know that was like a whole rant. My bad. That's why I don't like talking about this shit. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's genuinely why I don't like talking about it. Anyways. Anyways. I'm just trying to catch up with chat. I'm sorry. Talking the same views. Thank you, Amber Nicole. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Again, I'll try to not be so ranty. Too many vodka Red Bulls, but I'm a rewind. Love you forever. Thank you, Changing Yellow. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know I'm behind on a lot. I'm sorry, guys. Person in America. Jane Doe. That is one of the most accurate things I have ever heard in my life. And it still stands true today. It still stands true today. Because we'll get to it. This community expects me to be their shield, their attack dog, and their punching bag. And we're gonna talk about all that. And this is not me playing a victim. That is a fact. And we're gonna go through all of that. And to all the creators who thought I would be any of those things, fuck you. And if you have an issue, tag me. Because in the next couple of months, I'm actually gonna have a little more time on my hands. And let me remind y'all why I should have been fucking grateful I was quiet this whole time. Issue, tag me. Say my name. I'm gonna be around for a while. And I think it's time we make some bigots uncomfortable. And people who like to cozy up to bigots. I think it's time. Thank you, Jasmine Wilder. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I try. I try. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I know that was probably a lot. That's why I don't like talking about it. So, thank you, Miss Tien. Thank you. I'm sure you get it. And I've seen you around. I've seen you around. Thank you. Thank you, Nisha. I appreciate you guys. I'm just trying to get through these and I'll get going. I'm so sorry. It's just, I get talking too much and I fall behind. Another Black person, I want to know you're recognized and loved. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't make me cry, y'all. Don't make me cry. Please don't do this because I'll end the stream. Thank you. I don't like crying on, I really don't like showing these type of emotions online. That's why I don't talk about my personal life. Thank you. I appreciate y'all, for real. I'd rather just, honestly, I always say this, just drag me, just don't be racist. It's not that hard. Fuck. Yeah, you're right. I gotta get better with that. I'm gonna get better with that. Thank you, Kissy Face. Let me get back to the stream.
I need everybody to understand, or just, I'm not blaming my ignorance, but today I learned something. I'm a little less ignorant. So learn something as well with me today, that outside of the United States, that is just not a thing. I've not heard of one other country outside of the States where wealth.
Yeah, I just saw this. Yeah. Let me go on a break. Let me go on a break. I'll be back, y'all. Sorry, it's the same like Chantal break, but let me go on a break. Yeah, let me get myself together. Thank you so much for the support, y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me just go on a quick break, okay?
For this fever, I know nothing would remain, and you don't wanna go, so go. Cause you're picking your place, no time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you up, meet you at the end. Don't you know what happens to dreams you don't follow? They crumble. You know I can't stand what you're getting so hollow. So go. Cause you're taking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you up, meet you at the end.
I'm back, and I know I missed a few super chats and memberships. Thank you so much, guys. I know sometimes I take too long on those, so it's not me being unappreciative. I genuinely thank you. I'm just looking at where to go. Not French fry. Someone actually changed their name. Thank you. And I know this first of all, Thank you. I really appreciate this comment and the fact that it's attached to that name. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for someone changing their name. I appreciate you. Oh, Brandy, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to like, okay, and someone just told me don't do this. It's not me apologizing. I just don't want to. I guess that's me apologizing. Nothing. Forget it. Doesn't matter. I appreciate you guys hear me out. That's it. Thank you. And thank you again, Brandy. Thank you so much. That was really, really, really generous. Thank you. Thank you, Eden Boo. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, I know. Let me tell you, that will. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna be in the Discord. I might change my name. Either that, or I'm gonna send a French fried fatback message like daily. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Okay. I just want to say something because I just saw. I hope this is the real Jessica Messica. I don't know if it is. It might be a troll. I really don't feel like grabbing my phone to check. If this is the real Jessica Messica, I see you, girl. Keep doing your thing. Stop being so comfortable, though, with people on the internet. Just remember, chances are no one's really your friend. And stop letting people be too comfortable in your Discord. I'm telling you. This is just unsolicited advice. You're going to do what you want. I'm just saying, I've been in the game for a while. I've heard some of your backstory. And one thing I love rooting for is people with your backstory. Don't get too comfortable. Keep being you. Because I've watched some of your streams. You're entertaining as fuck, bitch. Entertaining as fuck. But please, chances are no one's your friend. Just remember that. You growing. You doing your fucking thing. You hit 4K today. Oh, I was watching during that stream, by the way. I do watch you sometimes. I do. Jessica Messica is so fucking messy. Like the name matches. But please, and I saw the Discord thing. Tighten it up, girl. I'm trying to tell you that could go left, even more left. Because that wasn't okay, you know? But good luck to you. I'm actually like seeing you grow is kind of like dope as fuck, if I'm being real. So just tighten it up. You could be around for a while, bitch. I ain't even think I'd be around for this long. So keep doing your thing, Jessica. For real. I'm rooting for you. Thank you, Nicole. Loki, sometimes I'll be off, but I just be doing a little shoulder rock. Thank you so much for the super chat. I just be doing a little shoulder rock. Yeah, I gotta get better with that. That's why I started to realize what I was doing, and I had to stop myself. I'm I'm trying to get better with that. I need to literally stop apologizing for, yeah, sharing my thoughts, I guess, and how I feel. Thank you so much. Ooh, Brittany is me. Let me tell you. I saw the bonnet. I think your mama should keep it. Let me tell you a backstory, right? And just so we're clear, I've never spoken to your mama privately. No, we're not working cahoots or whatever. I'm sure my time is coming and he can call out whatever he wants. I'm here for it because I've been hypocritical myself. When I first heard about your mama, it's just like a few creators in this corner of YouTube just was crying about him. I'm like, who is this? Like, what is he doing? So I went slid and look at his comments, like what's going on, like his content. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, that's what y'all mad about? Excuse me. I will say there were two problematic things that he did say. One of them, Shenanigans actually pointed out on Twitter. Was it xenophobic? So sorry. I'm going to label it wrong. But from my understanding, he took accountability and corrected that. That's one thing I noticed. He's actually been called out a lot for a lot of different things. But I rarely see him fight back based on what I've seen. So, and again, no hate to him. I'm sure my time's coming. Knock yourself out. It ain't that deep to me. But I did see the bonnet. Someone sent me a clip of the bonnet he had on because he was talking about me. And the clip, like, I think he said something like, should I keep it? Keep the bonnet. I like the bonnet. I like the bonnet. Obviously, he's going to do what he wants. He's grown, but that shit was funny. That shit was so funny. Yes. That's right, Fit and Curry. Thank you, y'all. Y'all better like this stream. Y'all better like this stream or I'm going to lay all 8 of FFG's chins on your face while you're asleep. You will not make it through. Forget Foodie. We've been there. I will lay every bit of her chins right over your nose and your mouth while you're asleep. Do you think you're going to wake up from that? Think about it. So, like my stream. Thank you, Just Jamie. I'm proud to be woke too. That part. Thank you. I'm proud to be woke too. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. I appreciate you. And Matthew, you've been around for so long. For those who don't remember, Matthew is actually responsible for my merch. This is who's responsible for my merch right here. Thank you again, Matthew, for everything you've ever done. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's see. That. And you know who can only speak that and really drive it home like that? Look, a Black woman. Sometimes we just want to be. We don't always have to be. If I didn't learn even before this platform to be so resilient, you think I would have made it through all this bullshit I've been through on this fucking platform? The lies, the bullshit. Every time I turn around, somebody get mad because I won't be their attack dog. And when I'm not, then the racism comes out. Please. I was built for this, but I don't want to do this. I don't. I want to chill and kick it with my community. But if this is what it's going to be, I'll drag each and every one of you bitches. Because I am actually built for this. Black women are some of the most resilient people on the planet. Because we have no other fucking choice. Thank you, Jan's Views. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right, let me see. All right, let's get back into it.
Equals anything racial. All right? Move on. You're cringing. Well, Planet Mama, how do you think I feel? Fuck.
So someone said move on. Someone in her chat, that part, trash, that part. Someone in her chat said to move on because they're cringing. How do you think I feel? No one forced her to do this. But it would be harder to criticize CHANTAL, right, if she didn't do this and fake an apology just like her.
Ori, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you, JoJo.
The welfare
You
queen
too,
thing
baby.
is something that was brought up when one of the more racist presidents tried to pin poverty on mainly single Black women with children. Thank you.
I want to point out something. When I tell you FFG really is starting to transform into the worst parts of the people she used to criticize, for those who don't remember her early days on the platform, she used to drag the fuck out of Nags, Peanut, and Gaining Ground, Tequila Titties. She used to call Peanut 10 pack a day Peanut, or maybe that was Yaba. Did Yaba call her that? Or FFG? Either way, she sounds like she's smoking 10 packs a day now. FFG is really transforming into the people she talks about. Because, bitch, put it down. Drink some water. Clear your throat. Get some allergy pills. Seek help. She actually sounds as awful as she looks when she actually does get on camera. She sounds awful. It's just like, ew, you don't hear yourself? You don't play nothing back? All I hear is mucus and oof. Jesus, put the Marlboros down.
Thank you for educating me. I have never heard that before in my life. Welfare queen, it's not a term that exists outside of the United States. And even we get so much of our culture here from the United States. I've never heard that before in my life. Nah.
It's not that I expect FFG to hear that because she's white. It's that I expect her to listen when she's told. Oh, I've never heard of that. You can repeat that as many times as you want. I actually believe there's a chance that she may not have heard of the welfare queen stereotype. I don't really believe that welfare stereotype is not in her area. I don't believe that. But there's a chance she has never heard of that stereotype. But she can still shut the fuck up and listen. Bitch, smoke something while you listen. Light up another cigarette. Light up another blunt. That's really not doing shit. That's another thing. What's in the weed up there? Because that's one angry bitch. Because personally, anytime I'm jet lagged, I'm not that angry. When I'm jet lagged, I'm not that angry. She is one of the most angry, miserable people who smoke. Try a different strand. Go to a different dispensary. Or just seek therapy. Because god damn, that bitch is miserable for someone who smokes. Shit. I just be chilling.
welfare queen thing is so disgusting. What kind of, well, I mean, like, it is disgusting. Of course it's disgusting. And that's why, like, had I known something like that, of
Same,
course you
Jay.
don't
Like, I just
say
be,
something like that. What the fuck?
I'm cooling.
Patricia Bryant, thank you for the super chat. That's not racist. Cut the sheet. I mean,
I will say this. You can't see. Actually, no. You can see it here. Patricia, you're fucking pathetic. This person is so fucking pathetic, but go off. Sit there and excuse bigotry while crying about Chantal's bigotry. That's what's crazy. Welfare, all provinces have it. Oh, I'm confident. I'm confident. All the super chat she was getting this was for her to feel better. Like, no, you're not as bad as Chantal. No, your bigotry's different. Your ignorance is different. Your lies are different, FFG. No, Charlie's just reaching. She just wants to stay relevant. She just want, bitch. FFG ain't got shit outside of this. FFG was probably the fucking ugly friend who had to give head in the back of trailers. You see that, bitch. Stop acting like FFG was something outside of this. It's clear she had nothing going on outside of this. This is the most attention she's ever gotten and she will ever get. And I won't be surprised if FFG probably pays for love as well. Please. She is Chantal. Please.
again, that's the whole thing. You can't tell somebody who's offended that they're not allowed to be offended. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Now, real quick, we gotta give credit where it's due. That bitch barely got teeth. She is the perfect candidate to be given head in the back of trailers, in the back of Walmart or Target. That bitch barely got any teeth. She is the perfect person to be doing that. Come on, let's be serious. You know that ugly. Please. Now, just wanted to emphasize this again. Actually, no. There's a reason I put this in there. I want to make sure I get the point across.
I mean, again, that's the whole thing. You can't tell somebody who's offended that they're not allowed to be offended. You know what I mean?
And that bothers her so much. Because then she started to stew, and then said something else. That was like, look at this bullshit. And for those who don't know, I put that screenshot in there for you to see.
If there's genuine feeling there and not just another attempt, fine.
I want to remind y'all, she just said, if there's genuine feeling there and there's not another attempt. Let's talk about attempts. Let's talk about attempts. Babe Tooth. She's probably called Babe Toothless. I'm telling you. That bitch barely got any teeth. Slob on my knob. Court on the cob. Check in with me and do your job. Hey, I'm telling you, if this YouTube thing don't work out, bitch, I'm sure there is a street corner for you. Because let me tell you, she got the face only a mother could love or only back shots could love. Because baby, ain't nobody looking at that bitch missionary. I'll be okay.
You know?
So I just wanted to revisit because she likes to say that I pick with her or whatever. This is when she first called me anti-Semitic. It was actually a reply, and I don't think FFG remembered how nosy people are. So somebody slid this to me. Because you know how replies don't replies sometimes don't come up on your feed. So that's when I quote tweeted her, because it was just like, wait a minute, hold on now. Where am I being anti-Semitic? And back then she was still doing the has been thing. And she kept deflecting for days. Keep in mind, this is 2 days later. FFG had days to figure out how to tell me I was being anti-Semitic, and she couldn't come up with nothing. And here she goes. She brought it right back to the Hawaii GoFundMe. And now that's the thing, she adds details. Didn't you e-beg for a trip to Hawaii for your birthday? No. That GoFundMe wasn't even around my birthday. That wasn't for a trip for my birthday. The way this bitch thinks she could lie, the same way she lies about Chantal. like, oh, you picked the wrong one. And that's when I was telling her, like, stop deflecting, bullfrog, because she does look like a bullfrog. Where have I been anti-Semitic? Still couldn't come up with nothing until she pretty much had to address it on her stream.
Okay.
And this is what she said on November 2nd.
Before we get into
Mhm.
into anything, I want to ask you guys a hypothetical question, okay? I'm going to throw something out there and I want your opinion.
This comment is going to stay on the screen for a little while because she does that here as well.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
Let's say there was a reactor in the community, let's say like a clip channel, because we don't know what they look like, okay?
Now, keep in mind, who's the clip channel that you might be referring to? Who's the clip channel that we all know is Jewish? Her former buddy, just saying. Keep in mind, this is back in November. Our Angulus, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. FFG thinking she's so smart. Yeah. And I get it. When you react to Chantal, I mean, you should probably be the smarter person in the conversation, but here we are. That bitch is dumb. Thanks for the great FFG toothless blood. Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. What do we do? I love my community. Oh my God, I love my community. I love y'all so much. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, YouTubers are popping and I love it. Thank you so much, Cancer Warrior. Thank you, boo. Thank you. And Cancer, just so you know, I'm gonna be a little more consistent. I'm shooting for 2 streams a week. I know I haven't been around for a while, but just saying. I'm here. I'm back. Thank you so much, boo. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you say that the GoFundMe was on Facebook like years prior to you being on YouTube? So she was no. Jojo, thank you for the super chat. I want to clarify something. I don't want you to think FFG dug through my Facebook. It's when I was doxxed. The reason they found the GoFundMe, it wasn't on my platform. It was on my personal Facebook. It was back in 2016. And when I was doxxed, the farms or whoever does the doxing dug through my Facebook. This wasn't even something presented on my platform. So she's not only lying, she's trying to bring up a GoFundMe that was created for me back in 2016 and trying to lie and add different elements to make me, I guess, sound lazier and worthless. No, it's pathetic. If I'm that bad of a person, I'm that lazy, I'm that horrible, I'm all these things, you don't have to lie. What I do or what I don't do speaks for itself. You don't have to add little details and lies, do you? It's almost as if I'm not as bad as you want me to think, so you have to make up shit so other people think that I am. And in the process, what she fucked around and did was actually take shots and disrespect and put down people on welfare by calling them lazy over and over again. But here we are. Turbo Toots, thank you. Oh, I missed that PFP. Do you guys remember that? Oh, maybe I should look back. Oh, no. Actually, I take that back. I remember what video that is now. Thank you so much. Actually, let's get back to this.
So there's a clip channel and you don't know what they look like. And you speak to that person who runs that channel for the second time ever on a phone call.
I've only talked to Just Saying once on a phone call, and that was actually having to do with May. Not only did I already know she was Jewish, there's no reason her being Jewish would ever come up on that phone call. The one time I talked to Just Saying on the phone, she approached me about having the information about May's rape. I made it very clear to not touch it. I made it very clear I want no parts. And I made it very clear to her she should probably move away from this and it wouldn't age well. She took none of that advice and then sat back and allowed FFG to blame me the whole time, knowing she knew the truth. That's the one phone conversation we had, and it happened in Discord, and I have those receipts. There's no reason why her being Jewish would need to come up. Knowledge I already knew when she was sitting there trying to tell me about May, someone who was just raped by Natter. Yeah. No, I just explained the root of it. This actually all stemmed from the original issue that FFG had, has to do with the fact that I didn't catch the backlash along with her and Just Saying for the May stuff. When it comes to May Anderson, Just Saying did catch backlash, and FFG caught some backlash as well. And then she actually boldly, keep in mind I have those receipts. She boldly said, because someone super chatted her and said pretty much, "Hey, is it true that you knew about this beforehand?" And FFG with a straight face, and I have the clip, sat there and said, "No, the first time I heard about May was on this live stream." That's a bold-faced lie. I want to say it was in 2021 because that's when everything happened with May, but I think Rose sent it in 2022. Point is, Discord, I guess, has some feature where you could get emails when it comes to people speaking within Discord. And Just Saying's Discord was the Discord that May was in with a few creators. And Rose would get notifications of the conversations or the interactions. And FFG is clearly in there talking to May before the video was dropped. FFG was in that Discord the whole time. And as close as FFG and Just Saying are, you're telling me your bestie told you nothing about May? Just Saying told me herself FFG knew. She told me on that call. Because Just Saying was doing this thing when I was like, no, I want no parts. Just Saying was doing this thing on the phone call like, well, FFG knows. And I'm just like, I don't care. And at one point when she said that, I was like, wait, is FFG not saying the same thing I'm saying? Because it sounds like she's trying to sell me on this. I didn't want to back that. I didn't want to back it. And what ended up happening is FFG actually, after catching backlash, went around lying and vague tweeting. At first, I didn't know the vague tweets were about me. She's been a pussy for a long time, claiming that I set her and Just Saying up for the May situation. I never talked to May. I found out about May literally a few hours before her video was posted because Just Saying pulled me into the Discord call where I literally said I want no parts. So because I came out and publicly shut it down months later, mind you, I let her keep lying for a long time because I knew she was lying. So I was just letting it build up. Because I came out and told her, like, bitch, you're lying. This is actually what happened. And I have receipts. She's never been able to let it go. So I think she's been trying to like have a gotcha moment ever since. That's why she's so angry at me. Someone she deems less than got one up on her. Someone she deems less than actually had the nerve to talk back, make points, and drag the fuck out of her and debunk her lies. Keep in mind, we're going to see in here that she claimed she was going to do a stream and drag me with grievances and all that. That never came. Because one thing about me, I never say all the receipts that I have. The receipt that Rose had sent to Callie and Callie forwarded to me, I only said I had it, I want to say within this last month. I've had it this whole time. But I just wanted to see how far she was going to take her lie, how far she was going to take her lie. And then I was just going to drop it. Then who's this talking to May Anderson? Who is that? FFG knew about May. FFG even called the video clip that the video of May telling her story that Just Saying had on her channel. She even called it her Just Saying's exclusive. This was something they've known for some time. But FFG tries to spin it a different way to the point that people started coming forward and telling me, yeah, she told me this. And when I'm like, that's a lie, they would apologize. FFG has been lying for a long time and is upset that I have the gall to call her out. And I can actually back it up with receipts. See, there are things that I question now about FFG stories and things she claims. And when it comes to CHANTAL, the problem with CHANTAL, she's actually stupid. She doesn't keep receipts. She doesn't track this. She doesn't track that. Sometimes I think back, I'm like, what if there were certain things that she lied about when it comes to CHANTAL? Like when it comes to that phone call. There's no proof there. But there's DMs. There's a lot of receipts. There's so many things that I could prove when it comes to her because I'm not fucking CHANTAL. And I think that bothers her. Her lies can't fly the same way they can fly with CHANTAL, the same way it can fly with Just Saying, or the same way they can fly with other creators. Even with this, she claims this phone call happened, and there's not once I've had that type of conversation with her. I had to go back into our DMs to say, there's no way this conversation happened. I was talking to you about you being Jewish here, because I also brought up someone who's close to me, who's also Jewish. And I've known what Just Saying looked like since 2020. So the thing with FFG, she's used to being able to freely lie. She's not used to someone who's not CHANTAL, who has working brain cells, clapping back. And that bothers her and that frustrates her. And she is going to be stewing and she's going to be angry for a long time. That's why she's leaning into the has-been. She's jealous. She's using my name for views. No, baby, you're just mad That's probably the reason why you've actually been going live at the same time as me for the past 3 live streams intentionally. I've been clocking that too. If you don't notice, FFG, the last few live streams of mine, she's been going live within minutes of me posting my live stream. Coincidence? I think not. Because she draws more people. More people that are sitting there listening to her talk about Chantal means less people sitting here listening to me debunk her lies, point out her manipulation, and point out the similarities. Baby, I get it. I get it. I ain't Chantal. That doesn't bother me. I could have 500 people in here and I'm still going to make my points. I can have 200 people here and I'm still going to make my points. Because one thing I can do is really drag the fuck out of you with receipts, point by point. And that bothers you. I was never Chantal. You should have fucked with someone different. And that's why I think I'm going to really put in the effort to make sure my fucking fat ass is here multiple times a week. And let's see what time FFG goes live. Why not? I think FFG forgets one of the reasons people flock to her so much at the amount of people is because people know she's going to be live every fucking day. Shit, multiple times a day. I'm one of the most inconsistent creators in this corner of YouTube, but I do offer some of the best editing when it comes to live streams in this part of YouTube. Let's see what happens if I start being a little more consistent. Let's see what happens if viewers realize they can trust me again to be a lot more consistent. Let's see what those numbers look like in about 2 to 3 months. Why not? I got to put my personal life first, my work first. But let's see. I'm going to love this. This year is going to be a year to remember. And this is going to be a year to remind all you bitches, you should have been grateful. Let's get back.
And on that phone call, that person tells you that they're black and you don't know what they look like, right? And your reaction to hearing that they're black is a long, awkward pause. And then, oh, I like black people. Does that not come off as extremely racist?
The thing with this scenario is she's trying to say I said that and I never said that. There's no reason where I would need to say pause and be like, I like Jewish people. I knew Justine was Jewish and I knew she was Jewish. So who was telling me that they were Jewish for the first time? Who? I knew she was Jewish back when she was posting like the matzo ball soups to try to, I think, troll negs in them or whatever, because DC told me she won that giveaway. I knew back then that she was Jewish. And I definitely knew a long time ago that Justine was Jewish. This bitch sat on her platform and literally made this up. And the reason I think she had to make this up the way she did is because it was a phone call. There's no other thing she could say that was not, that I couldn't track. She had to say it was a phone call. But what she didn't expect is for me to track back when we actually spoke on the phone, which had nothing to do with this, and also pull up the messages that came after. If someone felt that I was being anti-Semitic towards them, especially FFG, not the mafia princess, not the mob boss, you kept talking to me. You kept coming to me for advice. You loved me. I was all these things. You're sitting here telling a whole bold-faced ass lie about a phone call. That's why I start to question if she was honest, completely honest about that phone call she had with Chantal. The more I listen to FFG, the more I realize this bitch lies about a lot. And technically, she lies about some serious shit. I'm really starting to question the validity of a lot of the shit she said.
I would say, anyway, that's fucking awkward and that's a racist to me. What the fuck, LMAO? I think. You think so? Yeah. Yeah, it's a vibe, right? Okay. Now, replace the person being black with the person being a Jew. Imagine you know what the person looks like. You're speaking to another creator on the phone
Sweetie darling, I want to make sure you hear this and hear it clearly. If me criticizing a racist white woman bothers you or it resonates with you a little too closely, this is not the place for you. This is not a safe place for you. But it's not. I'm happy your name is Sweetie because I would have called you something different. I am not going to coddle your feelings in any way. I'm very respectful. I spoke from the heart. I spoke from my lived experience. And if you are going to sit here and play a victim and feel like you're discriminated against, step outside your fucking door. The world is already yours. This is not a safe place for you then, okay? No one time them out. They will be just fine. Go outside. The world is yours. This ain't for you then.
For the second time ever, that creator is being accused of being an anti-Semite by Negs. And let's Charlie Gold know that I'm a Jew. And Charlie's reaction was a long drawn out pause. And then, oh, I like Jewish people.
That is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. That never happened. And just so I can really drive it home how much this bitch is a liar, I put that on my grandfather's grave. That conversation never fucking happened. This bitch is psychotic, manipulative, and a piece of shit. She tried to paint me as an anti-Semite because she is a fucking pathetic bitch who couldn't stand even 10 toes to me and really wanted me to sit there and take the bullshit that she was throwing on me. FFG is a pathetic pussy ass bitch whose whole livelihood is hanging on by a string. It's hanging on by the fact that if her audience was to actually figure out how much she's a liar and she's a manipulator, she'd go back to being the fat, ugly bitch that no one fucks in her real life. Oh, she's doing a good job gaining them. No one needs to help her. FFG, oh my God, that bitch is, them chins is growing by the month, bitch. Drink water, do some kind like a face roll or something, bitch. Take down the sodium. Too much sodiums. I would never say something like that. Doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. The bitch sat there and lied for what? It just makes no fucking sense. Hi, no name brand 123. Let me say that again. Hi, no name brand 123. Shout out to you. I hope I did that right. Sorry.
Would you say that's anti-Semitic? I think that's pretty fucking anti-Semitic. But that's just me. Okay? We're not going to get into the whole goddamn thing tonight.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I said it wrong. You're right, Bae. Sorry, guys. You're right. Thank you, Bae. Thank you for correcting. See, Bae gonna get me together. Hi, no name brand 1234. Shout out to you. The way I left that 4 out that whole time, as if I can't read. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. You're right.
I'm not going to make this a thing of back and forth and talking about this bullshit every fucking day. But I've been holding my tongue for a very, very long time. And
she's been trying to humble me for a very, very long time. And that bitch still struggling.
If somebody wants to start talking about every day, me all the time, tried to call me a racist 2 months ago. Now again, trying to call me a racist, even though religion has nothing to do with race.
Islamophobia can easily be racist as well. But let me guess, she's so worldly, or she doesn't know that living in Canada. So back in November, she's still making these claims. She's trying to lie because she got upset that I called her out. And here we are today. She's still trying to paint me as an anti-Semite. And she's now, within 1 week, made 2 racist remarks towards me. Oof.
I think it's time to start talking too, because like I said, I've been...
Exactly, Nicole. Exactly.
Holding on to a quite a few grudges, and I have some things to say.
Mhm.
Okay. Tonight's not the night.
When
We're
is
going to
it?
get into it tomorrow. I got home so fucking late tonight. I don't have the time for that bullshit tonight. Tomorrow, the airing of grievances, we'll call it.
Where is it, pussy? Where is it, pussy? Where's the airing of grievances? She was supposed to write a novel to debunk the claims that I made about the whole May situation, knowing I had receipts. That novel never came. And this is her puffing up her fucking chest, puffing up them chins, talking about tomorrow is the airing of grievances. Bitch, where is it? What's up? Let's get to dog walking. I thrive in this. Where is it? Because now she's talking about, oh, I'm gonna ignore the has been. They want my attention. No, bitch, it's because you know I could dog walk you. Where's the airing of grievances, pussy? Where is it? Wouldn't y'all love to see it? Wouldn't y'all love to see FFG actually name what she's actually upset about? Give some example, provide some receipts. What's up, pussy? What's going on? What's going on? I don't know. She'll be all right. Thank you, Cancer Word. Thank you, Boo. Thank you. Yeah, smash that like. Or remember, FFG's chin's gonna suffocate your ass. She has a community of yes. Oh, yes, she loves her some yes men. She loves her some yes men. It bothers her that I won't be silent and take the shit that Just Saying has taken. It bothers her. She real bad. Pathetic ass. Thank you so much, babe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get back to it.
Okay, but just for tonight, I wanted to run that by you guys because Twitter ablaze with where's the anti-Semitism? Where's the anti-Semitism?
Where's it?
Well, there it is.
Well, that was.
And
here's the thing. I'm not Jewish. I can't say if someone said, "Hey, oh, I like Jewish people that be anti-Semitic." I really don't. I just don't see a scenario where I would say something like that. Even though, yeah, I have no issue with Jewish people, obviously. But also the problem is that never happened. That literally never happened. So she sees someone saying, I like Jewish people as anti Semitic, but she won't see her claiming me being on welfare and calling me fake woke. That won't be a problem. Make that make sense. Keep in mind, I never did that. But that made up story would make me anti Semitic. But the two receipts that I have right in front of you, back to back within a couple of days, it's just, oh, well, I live in Canada. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Queen. The way I should have made that connection. Thank you. I love Jews racist, but saying Hamadan as an insult during Ramadan ain't. Exactly. Exactly. And that's just so we're clear, that's coming from a Muslim woman. Just so we're clear.
I swallowed that pill wrong. Ooh, it went down the wrong tube that night when it was said to me. It's been stayed stuck in my throat since it was said to me like that.
Thank
And
you.
just
Welcome, boo.
you know, other Jews in the community that I have told that story to,
Thank you.
and other Jews in my life, let's say, also got mad anti-Semitic.
This bitch talking about, oh, it stayed in my throat since that happened. First of all, you made that up, and those are your chins suffocating you. Okay, so listen, big titty bitches, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know when you get home, you take off your bra, and at the end of the night, you lay down, and them titties separate sometimes. Like the Red Sea, them shits be separating, and sometimes they falls back on your neck, and you got to push them back down. I don't know if you guys know I'm an E-cup. I know you never see past this most of the time, but my titties are huge. So you know how sometimes it also might flat back and you suffocate you a little bit? I think that happens with her titties. I mean, not her titties, her chins. Her chins probably be suffocating. Bitch, that what was caught up in your throat. Your chins. Your chins. You know that song? Lay your head down on my pillow. She probably be like, lay your head down on my chins. Because you know how your partner sometimes might lay on your titties or sometimes lay on your ass? if you really picture FFG, you can actually probably lay your head down on her chins. It probably feels like a squishmallow or one of like, you know what I'm saying? It probably feel real comfortable. It look a little squishy. I ain't gonna lie. She probably stink, but and smell like an ashtray. But if you really, really look at her face, her chin's probably comfortable as fuck. They look a little, it got a little give. Lay your head down on my chins. Lay your head down on my chins, on my chins, on my chins. That's right. See, I'm finding great things to, use her chins for. Bitch, let somebody who actually has a traditional job lay their head down.
Vibes from that kind of an answer. That's psycho shit.
Again, how am I a Nazi? Still waiting. And this was my response because, again, I woke up to this and thankfully Bay was already on it. So I quote to the Bay and tagged FFG. Again, I'm not a pussy. I'm not her. And pretty much we got nowhere. I'm so confused. What's wrong with what I said? Tagged her. We got nowhere. I enjoyed her content. Oh, this is okay. I just want to be clear. This is the clip that makes me anti-Semitic. I would have sworn, I thought she was born in the States and then moved to Canada or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But either way, no matter where she was born, I don't know what being an immigrant from Greece has to do with the fact that that is offensive. It is being pointed out and people are fighting it and deflecting. And when it comes to FFG and her deflection, ooh.
But to anybody that was
Me, not sure, because I really did think she's, when I was watching her earlier on, maybe I was thinking of the New York with her mom, but that is what she called. That's why I'm a Nazi. Keep in mind, I didn't question if she was Jewish. I was questioning the fact that I thought she said she was born in a different place. Because she was saying, I'm an immigrant from Greece, as if that brought anything to the conversation. But that made me anti-Semitic. That made me a Nazi. And when I tagged her to ask her, what is wrong with what I said in that clip? Crickets. Then we go back to, oh, I'm not giving them my attention. You just sat here and said I was anti-Semitic. And you called me a Nazi. No? Nothing? Okay. All right. Not Chin Hub. Are you guys looking at the username? Oh my God. Not only chins. Bitch. Oh, FFG, why did you do this? Why did you do this to yourself? Because if there's one thing my chat is going to do, it's one thing my people's going to do, is drag a bitch. See, we're used to just dragging Chantal. Now we over here dragging her twin sister. FFG, why would you do this? Why would you do this? How sad. Oh my God. She was losing, so came over. She's taking her chins and going home. I need to get back to this. I'm gonna be here all fucking night, and I can't do that. Hold on. Oh my God. Let's get back to it.
was offended, I do apologize. I stand by my tweet, however. The point that I was making in that tweet, I absolutely stand by it.
But she lied in the tweet. Why would you stand by it? Just like you lied here. Why would you stand by that? If Chantal and FFG don't get together and make some chin clapping content, pigmented. Why is low key that like genius though? If they do chin clapping content and then they could do the only chins, I know that's right. Oh my, that actually makes sense. Low key, I would purchase it. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd purchase it. I'm not gonna lie, I would purchase it.
It was just in hindsight, and now knowing what I know, the wrong one word to use. the wrong one word to use against a black woman in the United States. That's
This dumb bitch thinks there's only one word she shouldn't use when it comes to a black woman, whether it's the United States or not. She said the one word I shouldn't use. Does this sound like a bitch who's educated herself? Does this sound like a bitch who's actually sorry? This is the one word I won't be using moving forward. And then she, 2 days later, a black woman, using woke as an insult. There's a few words that she shouldn't use. There's a few words many people shouldn't use when it comes to black people, black women. This bitch really sat on her platform during an apology. Now I know there's just that one word I shouldn't use. What? There ain't no way. There ain't no way. She's real. There's no way. If she was sorry, she would have reached out to you. Of course. Of course. Thank you, Wild Cosmia. The funny thing is, one of her chinians actually reached out to me, and it was someone who's going real hard on Twitter. Not only did they DM me, they tagged me in a tweet, and there was a comment that I saw under my stream that kind of was worded like the DM, and I don't know if it was them for sure. I didn't ask them. I just thanked them for the apology. But yeah, and they're not even a content creator. They're a small anonymous account on Twitter, and they saw that someone clipped whatever I said wrong, and they were like, "Yeah, there was no anti-Semitism. I owe you a big apology," and they apologized. And I actually quote tweeted them. It was from, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I think from yesterday. You'll see it on my timeline. They're like, "I owe you a big apology. I falsely claimed that you were anti-Semitic." They had enough. They had enough accountability and respect to sit there and say, "You know what? I fucked up." But here we are. Not Cinderella. Bitch. Oh, y'all, listen, don't let me get back to rhyming. Don't let me get back to some beats. Don't let me get back to some shit. Don't. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love my people. Let's get back to this.
the rest of the tweet and the what I was getting across with the tweet. I stand behind my sentiment there. Lord Baroque, thank you for the super chat.
Not French fried frog legs. That is so accurate. The way I'm going to have to circle back and write all these names down. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out how to use all these names. That's just what I'm having to do. That's it. That's what I'm going to have to do.
Racist or not, you're trying to apologize. Well, thanks, Lord Baroque. I appreciate that. I mean,
that was not an apology.
Anyway, all right. So that's all I'm going to address, because I do see the pattern of every single time there's a reason or a opportunity.
Not Chinder. Not Chinder. Damn, were y'all holding all these insults in? Baby, you are home, because there's no way you guys are coming up with this on the fly. Baby, you are home. Let these names fly. Chinder. Oh, FFG, you're so fucking dumb. You are so fucking dumb. Because one thing people will drag the dog shit out of is the looks of someone who doubles down on racism. Good luck to you out there, man. My chin's my stance like smoking stand. Oh, we about to be in this bitch. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Bam. Thank you, Matthew. Not set her Tinder account to citizenship available. The way people don't realize that bitch would pay for a partner too. Get the fuck out of here. Who is that bitch bagging? Stop it. Oh my goodness. Okay, before I put this comment on screen, I want to make it clear. Please, no one tag them or respond to them. I just would prefer to respond to them. Living lawyer, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Um, the thing with me is I do it all. If you're a trashy person, I'm going to talk about your looks. I'm going to make valid points. I'm going to debunk things and I'm going to point out your lies and manipulation. I actually do it all. Do I have to talk about her looks? Not at all. I don't have to. I really don't. I like to. I like to talk about the looks of people who are horrible. That's just what I do. It's not something I have to. And the truth is, there's a lot of great creators who can criticize people without going, I guess, as low as myself. But when it comes to people who, and again, no hate, when it comes to people who like to double down on racism, who like to paint me in a certain light, um, do I consider it going low? I don't. But do I care? No. There's certain lows I will never go, like being anti-Semitic. But when it comes to FFG's looks and her weight, I will be talking about it. You can't miss it. So that's just me. I respect your criticism. You're not wrong. This is me. I don't want to pretend I'll do something different because I'm not. But I respect your criticism and you're not wrong. But this is me. I will be talking about her looks. I will be talking about her chins. I will be talking about the fact that she has close to no teeth. I will be talking about the fact she looks like she smells like, a carton of Newports. I will do that. I will. Will I also make valid points in between? Absolutely. Absolutely. But she's very ugly. So I'm going to talk about it.
I should say, jump on Frenchie.
So this is the part of the stream where FFG started talking and bringing out trying to be a victim. And I just want to remind y'all, back in January, this is something that Frenchie wrote. All you do is start fights with people. You've been taking shots at me for months. Keep taking your little shots, but acting like a fucking victim when I open my mouth. Weak, bro. That's actually what FFG is doing. A lot of her tweets are actually projection. FFG doesn't know why I'm speaking up when really I let her talk shit for months. I let that ugly bitch just coast for months. Why does she have an issue now? I'm sipping on water, by the way. Actually, I don't have time for rumors. I'm sipping on water, just letting you know. But why does she have an issue now? Let me remind y'all, I went live on the 6th. That's when I posted, my link. After that, I retweeted someone who acknowledged, the conversation that we had within my stream. I responded, and then I got ready for bed. Keep in mind, that day, I streamed about CHANTAL, the conversation with CHANTAL, but FFG was stewing. FFG was stewing, bitch. And, at 12:30 a.m., I was on her mind. It's not that I kept talking about her, but she didn't want to let it rest. Remember, she resorts to 3 things. Talking about my GoFundMe from 2016, call me anti-Semitic, and lying. That's her go-to. When she fails once again at doing whatever it is that she's been trying to do to me for months. 12:30 a.m., bitch. At 12:33, she ain't done, bitch. Also, I haven't seen any shit stirring. I'm not getting involved in drama, but blatant anti-Semitism isn't okay. Okay, before I read this out, she's quoting someone. You are also a fucking joke. I want to make something clear. She's not talking about me. Let me tell you how horribly FFG takes criticism. For those who don't know, there was someone in her chat, I believe they were a mod, I don't know if they are any longer, by the name of Clover. She's quoting Clover's tweet. Let's take a look at what FFG is upset about. So she's calling Clover a joke, and you're probably asking, how do you know it's Clover? I'll tell you. I retweeted this from Clover on the 5th. This is Clover's way of giving her opinion. I believe she mod for FFG. I definitely knew she was a fan. And I think she just wanted to give her opinion in the best way she could. She said, I'm not involving myself, but I come from a school of if a POC tells you something is racist, you learn from that and move on. Admitting your mistakes is such a rarity. What was so bad about that tweet? What was so bad about that tweet? Oh, Clover wasn't acting like a Chinyan. She wasn't just going to bat and blindly claiming things aren't racist when they are. Clover looks like a white woman in their PFP. That's what we look for. We look for Clovers in times like this. Granted, I don't know Clover. I don't know their history whatsoever. But in that moment, I was grateful for that tweet. Thank you. FFG and that ego and that entitlement didn't like it. Let's go back to connecting some dots. The queen of keeping receipts is actually Bay. Bay caught Hot Wasabi quote tweeting Clover and claiming I'm a POC, and if it's in regards to what Charlie said, ignore that crap. Wrong. I was right. But we'll go with that. Look at FFG's response. Some people hate to get involved but insist on getting involved in a clown emoji. So I guess Clover's a clown for their tweet. And that's why FFG
I've also noticed
created that tweet. That tweet, that second one, where she said you are also a clown, she was referring to Clover. Because of Clover's tweet that I simply retweeted. FFG, the entitled white woman that she is, the racist white woman she is, let me make it clear, took that personal. So 2 days later, she decided to vague tweet Clover and almost word for word repeat her tweet that I retweeted 2 days ago. FFG cannot take an ounce of criticism. FFG expects to be praised. FFG expects to be able to lie freely and do whatever the fuck she wants while also trying to dictate what other people within the community, including creators, are to do. There was nothing wrong with that tweet. But FFG didn't like it. The Crimson Chin, thank you. I'm saying it like that's your name. Thank you, Nicole. And I'll save that one. I'm so sorry. Wait, who said the Chinception? Oh, shit, I'm saving that. Thank you. Mine is to remain teachable. People need to talk less and listen more. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Amber. I appreciate you, boo. Thank you. I'm so behind in chat. Not my neck, my back, wait. Actually, let me remix it a little bit. My neck, my back, my chins, and all. No, how do I say it? My neck, my back, and my chins, and all of that. Like that? My neck, my back, and my chins, and all of that. Hey, my neck, my back, my. Wait, why am I saying it wrong? Hold on. Work with me, y'all. My neck, my back, and my chins, and all of that. Hey, my neck, my back, and my chins, and all of that. Fuck it up, my neck, my back, and my chins, and all of that. Imagine like during sex, they don't even know what to slap. Chin, ass, well, chin, fat, back fat. They don't know what to slap. Like, you know how. Actually, I'm not going to do too much. Nope. I'm going to just keep moving on. Because you know how I am. I start throwing shit out there. Just forget it. Forget it. Thank you, JoJo. That part. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Not Chin Hut. Oh, y'all was giving names. Oh, I am going to go over this stream later on, probably tomorrow. Not Toothless Blowy. Oh, I love it. No, she gonna keep. Thank you for the super chat. She gonna keep acting vindictive and mafia princess, baby. I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna make sure I'm around. I'm gonna make sure I stay around. We gonna have fun, y'all. Y'all gonna see me just a little more. For a little bit. You'll see. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. But what about when someone questions a black woman? Thank you, Nicole. Oh yeah. Listen, I know who Hot Wasabi is. That's why their whole tweet was a fucking joke. Their whole tweet was a joke. I just let them be. They just mad that they their queen's allies being dragged. Harry Potter and the Deadly Chins. Oh, the way I'm gonna write all these down. I'm gonna write all these down. I'm gonna write all these down. Thank you. Actually, let me get back to this. Let me stop acting like
What is
we
the
haven't been here
deafening
for a minute.
silence about Negs and DC teaming up?
Okay, so here's FFG. Right of her apology, she goes, there's deafening silence when it comes to these things here. So after she apologized without saying my name, those 3 sorry ass apologies, those 3 attempts, that's what those are. She jumps right into, let me criticize Charlie. She brings up my silence when it comes to Negs or DC. For those who maybe new, haven't been around, I play one of the bigger parts of getting Negs terminated. I don't think I've ever shared these, but these are the messages that I received from FFG when he was terminated. She said, "Thank you so much for getting involved." She's in shock, and I let her know, which is a fact. Chantal's channel truly was around because I allowed it. Um, I I know what to do when it comes to stuff like that, as I proved in the past. Um, almost a year ago. And I told her, like, I hate looking stupid because I do. Like, if it didn't work, I would have been pissed as fuck. But it worked. And this is her response. I love you with so many U's. FFG loves me. No, for real. You have made this community such a better place by getting rid of him. This shit would have destroyed our side one by one. Everyone would have been scared off the platform, and that's bullshit. You did great work, Charlie. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. That was her thanking me for getting Negs terminated. Why she expects me to keep talking about Negs? It's almost as if, just like Yaba, they expect me to move at their command, be their attack dog, and more likely be their shield. I bet life was a little easier on the platform when Neg's main focus was myself and a couple of other creators. I will never understand when you know the part I played why there's an expectation for me to keep talking about the man that I got terminated off the platform. Let's keep going. This is from December. This is one of the screenshots I was able to take. And for those who don't know, FFG had a backup Twitter account. This was around the time she got her original was suspended. She was in Twitter jail for some reason. And this is another instance of her claiming that I'm somehow playing some game and working behind the scenes with Negs. And this is, again, another user claiming Charlie needs to say something about her friends. And this is someone saying, I'm an intelligent woman. if I had something to say by now, if I cared. But she doesn't. She's not obligated to say anything, to be fair. But yet, out of any creator in this corner of YouTube, I am the creator who is obligated, demanded to speak on things more than anyone else, even if I have nothing to do with it. I'm obligated to speak on Negs. I'm obligated to speak on DC. I am obligated to speak on Cali. I am obligated to speak on damn near everybody but my fucking self. Interesting. Okay. And again, this is her claiming. Now, this tweet from January is interesting. It says, to all the people who supported Clara and Ron behind the scenes and bless them attacking your enemies while you pretend to be uninvolved, I hope you all choke. Degenerates, all of you. That's FFG's tweet, right? Now, what's interesting about the tweet, listen to the wording. And I understand the sense of it, the anger that could be behind something like that. Like if you sat there supporting these people and, I understand where that could be upsetting. But where that's confusing for me is some of what follows. The message gets a little confusing. And another thing, fuck all of y'all who stayed co-signing Neg shit until he turned on you. It was fine while he was attacking others until he did it to you. Stay fucked, you cowards. Truth is, I respect that sentiment and I get it. I'm like, yeah, now y'all beefing with him, it's fuck you too. I could get behind that. Absolutely. Yeah, to all the people who was buying eggs and rooted that shit on because he was attacking creators you didn't like, absolutely. Fuck y'all too. But her actions are a little different from her words. And I'll get to the chat in a second. So for anyone here, the person she's responding to is Tequila Titties, Gaining Ground. He tweeted about the farms being down. This was back in September. She responded to him. And I'm like, FFG responding to Gaining Ground, that doesn't quite fit the narrative or the message of her tweet. Because for those who didn't know, when Negs was on the platform, one of his right hands was Gaining Ground. One of his right hands was Gaining Ground. We're going to remind you who Gaining Ground is. Why does it matter that FFG is interacting with Gaining Ground? FFG expects me to speak up on someone not only did I terminate, but I've never interacted with. We've never had anything friendly, any friendly banter, interacted privately, any of that. And I did my big one and I got him terminated. But she's going to sit here and interact with a known bigot, not only a known bigot, but a known bigot who actually backed Negs through a lot of the shit that he was doing on the platform before he got terminated. Now they're no longer friends. Now Negs talks about him. That's why I thought the message in that tweet was towards Gaining Ground. But she's interacting with Gaining Ground. Let's remind everyone who Gaining Ground is. And I just think I put up another example of her interacting. So this tweet is very important. This is the Gaining Ground, Tequila Titties, saying he's going to go live with Trailer Park News. It's Belinda. The importance of these two people they are both bigots, both Gaining Ground and Belinda. How, you ask? I got you covered. So French Fry Girl is saying, you doing a reaction? Look at that. She's doing a looking interested if they're going to do a reaction. It sounds like she's wants to go look at their content, look at the live stream. Now let's revisit who these two are. And I just want to make something clear. FFG is not the only person who I saw interacting with Gaining Ground, knowing his history, interacting with Belinda, knowing her history. Yaba as well. We'll get to that. This is Gaining Ground's sock account. Take a look at the screen. What do you see? I see Michael B. Petty, a black man, photoshopped in front of a KKK rally. This is a fact that this is Gaining Ground sock account. That's racist. Why would you interact with someone who had this sock account? And I want to make sure, you hear me? That was Gaining Ground. It's been confirmed it's Gaining Ground. I have those receipts. And a majority of the community knows that was Gaining Ground. Why would you interact with someone like that? And she actually used to do content on Gaining Ground. Remember, she used to call him Caillou? She's very well aware who Gaining Ground is. But these weak bitches go by, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So she is freely interacting with bigots who had sock accounts that did things like that, like Photoshop Michael B. Petty in front of a KKK rally or meeting, whatever you want to call this, but then sit on her high horse and demand that I have to speak on Negs, DC, and Cali. So she's freely interacting with bigots who co-signed said dangerous behavior, but I am responsible to speak on Negs, DC, and company. Why does FFG think she could just go around telling people what to do? Why does she think she can demand anything of me, especially interacting with people like this? And we haven't even gotten to Belinda yet. Hold on. So that's Gaining Ground sock account. This here is Gaining Ground making a mockery of my childhood trauma. For those who don't know, I told a story. It's another reason I don't get personal on my channel. I told a story about something that happened in my past with a broomstick. I got hit in my face. For those who don't know, my mom was extremely abusive, and I actually have a scar from it. It's from when I was 9. I got hit in my face with a broom and all that stuff, cut my face open, sliced it open. I wasn't thinking, and I actually shared that on the platform, and Gaining Ground on his sock account was making fun of it. I just want to remind y'all, this is the same Gaining Ground who claimed he was so upset that I called Amber Lynn a sodium-filled well and CHANTAL pig mad. He was so upset, but he was running a racist sock account. Okay. Got it. So, yeah, this is him making a mockery of my childhood abuse. This is him making a mockery of racism. Why are all these models Black? We are sick of racism in the world. You know, a little bigoted joke. I get it. Now, this is Gaining Ground on his main account. Gaining Ground likes to go back and forth with people, and one thing Gaining Ground likes to repeat is the lie that I doxed him, and I have never doxed Gaining Ground. It's a lie he's been repeating for years. I want you to look at that date. That man has been saying it since 2020, and we're going to look at that clip. That is from, what is that, October of 2022. He is still claiming I doxed him, and I never did. I played no part in that man's dox. The idiot doxed himself. Still claiming that I doxed him. And let's look at the continuation of the tweet. Look at that second sentence. I'm not a racist. This fool ran a whole racist sock account, called me the queen of KFC, and excused it with a lie. Very FFG of him. I'm telling you, if CHANTAL and Gaining Ground had a baby, it would be FFG. Because she actually stews like FFG, like Gaining Ground does. Like she stews like him. I'm telling you, FFG is gonna be mad for years. Gaining Ground can't let go of his own mistake. He's still claiming I doxed him, and still claiming he's not racist, even though we know you ran that account. It's been proven you ran that account. Yeah, so that's Gaining Ground. Again, the Gaining Ground that not only FFG but Yaba both interacted with, especially since he was dragging Monty. Because, you know, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. As long as they're dragging who they like, they'll interact with them. They were retweeting his streams, all that. And I'm like, these are the same bitches who are demanding I speak up on Negs and DC. And you're literally retweeting a bigot, but demanding that I speak up. Okay.
Remember though, Charlie, as your people are
This is from 2020. He started with, remember, Charlie. Actually, let me back it up. I want you to hear it for yourself. Hold on. Let's bring it up.
Teaming up.
Oh, I backed it up too much. I backed it up a little too much. Sorry, guys.
Teaming up.
Girl, shut up. Oh, I backed it up too much. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. One second. There's a reason for this. Oh, here it goes. Let me play that. I know I'm behind on the chat. Thank you for all the super chats and stuff, guys. I got you covered. Thank you so much for all the super chats.
Remember though, Charlie, as your people are doxing me. Just remember. Remember things.
I'm remembering what?
You're not some stranger 55 states away. I know there's only 50. Shut up. You're apparently my friend's neighbor. I would have told you that sooner, but I didn't like you. So when she told me this, I was like, I ain't going to tell her. I don't want to meet her. I'm good.
So Gaining Ground wanted me to remember things. He wanted to remember that he knows where I live. Apparently his friend lives near me. Keep in mind, unless Gaining Ground moved, I still live here. So we're still 20 minutes away. That pussy ass bitch has not shown up to my door yet. So Gaining Ground wanted me to remember that he knows where I live. He said this on the YouTube platform over something I had nothing to do with. He said, as you have your people dox me, never doxed him. I'm not even connected to anyone who doxed him. The Farms doxed his dumbass because he didn't cover up his name on one of the purchases he had on his Instagram. Let me tell you something about the Farms. I don't know how no one has realized this yet, but when you're spiraling online and you show people like the Farms that you're reactionary, they go snooping. I'm pretty confident they went snooping. And when the Farms doxed him, he blamed me. Even though people told him, hey, you had this on your Instagram and it clearly could see your name. You can't see my name. And people are like, we could see your name. And he just kept blowing up. If anyone was around for that weekend in 2020, he lost his fucking mind and I was to blame. That's where one of the, the joke, hashtag blame Charlie Gold, that's where it originated. Apparently it's my fault that he was an idiot and left his full name visible. And the Farms doxed him. But I was to blame. My friends doxed him when it was the Farms. And I'm supposed to remember he knows things. But yeah, that's who Gaining Ground is. Let's get to Belinda. Hillbilly Uncensored. Remember the person that he had tagged that he was going live with, and FFG looked so interested to go watch the live stream? Let's take a look at her. So last year she posted these screenshots of conversations that she had with Negs. It's important to know both Gaining Ground and Belinda were good friends with Negs. Very good friends with Negs. So let's take a look at just a couple of these screenshots. This is a screenshot of Belinda actually doxing Shane and Callie to Negs. Belinda, for whatever reason, whatever her job is, has access to doxing people. She actually dead named Shane and also doxed him to Negs and doxed Callie to Negs. That's Belinda. And then she made a tweet where she was like, I dead named Shane, but Negs calls him that word. and calls in his friends. So the friends that Negs is claiming to Belinda that he made a call to were white nationalists. For anyone who's not familiar with what a white nationalist is, it's the belief, theory, or doctrine that white people are inherently superior to people from other racial and ethnic groups, and that in order to preserve their white, European, or Christian cultural, identities, they need or deserve, to segregate and all that stuff. Pretty much bigots. So in these text messages, Negs is claiming to Belinda, the person that one of the two people that FFG is so excited to go see their stream, that he called up white nationalists. He also called Shane, a transphobic slur. And you're probably thinking, I doubt everybody knew about that. For all because I'm really good at getting receipts. I know you're probably thinking like, ain't no way that many people knew about it and didn't talk about it. One second.
It is annoying. And I don't want a war with everybody. I don't have time for that. That's why I usually don't say nothing, because I don't want to fight with every fucking body.
Did Yaba the YouTube Underground just said she doesn't want a war with everybody? She doesn't want to fight with everybody. I feel that. I feel that, Yaba. Hold on. Yaba just said she don't want to fight with everybody. She don't want a war with everybody. Okay, continue, Yaba. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Hold on.
God damn, I ain't got time for enemies like that. I just don't. Because obviously, those motherfuckers play dirty, so that's why I don't say shit. Who fucking wants to play with people when they're behind the scenes talking about the white supremacist?
So why the fuck would Yaba or FFG expect a black woman to be their fucking attack dog towards someone who made claims that they reached out to fucking white nationalists? So Yaba and FFG can do what they want. But the minute something happens, I am to speak up on Negs, the man who claimed in text messages that he has reached out to white nationalists, and the creator that you expect to speak the fuck up is a black woman?
Like, I live in Indiana. At any time, I could be walking down the street and get my ass popped by one of those crazy white people. So the silence speaks volumes, you know? Y'all motherfuckers are crazy. You ain't gonna make videos on other people. That's the thing. When you embarrass somebody on the internet and you give them a fucking good tongue lashing and they can't fucking bounce back from that, Negs, DC, a lot of those motherfuckers over there, they start fucking doing dumb shit. Jesus Christ.
I hate hypocrites. I hate. And this is a tweet that Yaba put out. It was early last year when she started talking shit. Lie down with dogs and get fleas. Your silence speak volumes, and don't think you are safe with the scum you associate with. Now I can see very clearly what's up. Out of my face with the fakeness. I don't care who gets offended. And here go Frenchie. Now you get it. And then Yaba had went on to block me after that. Yaba, who sat her fucking ass on stream and said she don't want to get involved in everything. Clearly she knows, apparently, based on those text messages, white supremacists are fucking being contacted and shit. She don't want to be involved. But lie down with dogs and get fleas. All I did was stay in my corner and continue doing what the fuck I wanted. Continue to ignore Negs and not give him attention, especially after I terminated him. But Yaba and FFG can sit there and interact with the people who literally co-signed and put and really applauded his behavior, but have demands of me. Make that fucking make sense. All you bitches are impulsive, weak, and pussy. And you sat there and wanted me to be your fucking attack dog and be your fucking shield to a man who claims he reached out to a group like that. Why the fuck would you expect anything from me? I put my neck out there to get him terminated because I know so many bad things could have happened. And I still put my neck out there, and you're still demanding of me? Oh, well, why don't you speak on Cali? You weak ass bitch. Why can't you? All you bitches are fucking weak. And you showed me everything I needed to see. Your peace of mind will always come before mine. They can stay silent when they want to. But me, I will always be demanded to talk about things that have nothing to fucking do with me. Negs in DC have nothing to do with me. Cali has nothing to do with me. And yet they still demand I speak up. I want to play one last clip before I go. I'm going to find it. I just want to, because I know I've been on here for a minute. I want to find the clip. Actually, let me look for it this way. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, this is the last clip I want to play. I want you to take a look at this. Oh, actually, I wanted to show you this example. Hold on.
DC, a lot of those motherfuckers
I really
over
want to
there,
show you this
they
example.
start fucking doing dumb shit. Jesus Christ.
I hate hypocrites. One sec. I'm going to show you this example, and then we'll get to the tweet. Oh, I actually wanted to point this out. So there was a viewer, probably a Chinyan, who back when Chantal got herself terminated, there was this opinion that if you played a part in getting Chantal terminated, you shouldn't be reacting to her anymore. FFG said completely agree. Then why does she still want me talking about Negs? I got Negs terminated, but she still demands and has an expectation of me speaking to him. Is it because I make money off of Chantal? That's interesting. So if I point out to YouTube what Chantal was doing, she ends up getting terminated. I should never speak on her again. I shouldn't be able to monetize my opinion. But if I help get Negs terminated, I'm still to speak on him. Something isn't adding up there. So I still should be speaking on Negs after making sure he got terminated, but I shouldn't keep speaking on Chantal after she got terminated. And for those who don't remember, FFG was one of the embarrassing people who almost lost their mind when Chantal got terminated. That bitch probably was shaking after Chantal got terminated. But I shouldn't speak on Chantal, but I should keep speaking on Negs. That's really confusing. It's a mixed message there. Let's continue.
all the threatening phone calls that were coming through in the middle of the night.
This is her talking about the things that I'm not speaking on. Yaba and I think a couple of people were receiving threatening phone calls from people. And for some reason, I was expected to speak up on this. What the fuck does that have to do with me?
To the mothers and children in the community, the silence about the animal abuse, the silence about Charlie's own best friend, Callie's blatant homophobia, transphobia.
Keep in mind, I haven't spoken to Callie since the end of 2021.
Threatening comments and all kinds of other just erratic behavior. Deafening silence.
Now this, I wanted to post this. You can screenshot it. I'm telling you, you can pause it and screenshot it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. What this is for those who don't remember, a little while back, I want to say it was about 2 years ago. 2021. Hussey was having a back and forth with Callie and Shane. Let me explain this quickly because I actually should probably get off. I've been on for over 3 hours. God damn, I could talk. But Hussey had a back and forth with Callie and Shane. This is back when Callie and Shane were together. At some point, their back and forth actually turned into Hussey being transphobic, openly transphobic repeatedly towards Shane. And because I'm an adult and I can do things the way I want, I reached out to Hussey and let him know I can't support this. It was the most polite way I can end a friendship. I didn't make it public. I reached out to Hussey privately, as respectful as possible. And to no surprise, Hussey did not respond well. But I kept it respectful. I made it clear, I'm good. These are the things I saw for myself. Take care of yourself. I wish you the best. That's what this message is. So when I have someone that I may consider a friend, if they do something like that, if they are actually my friend, this is an example of what I would do. Now, I went on to post a tweet in support of Shane. Didn't mention Hussey, didn't bash Hussey. Hussey goes on to call me a baboon, to call me, actually, I think he called me a baboon more than once, to call me a baboon and be upset at me. Even though my message to him was respectful. I did not disrespect him. I didn't even disrespect him in the tweet addressing Shane. I wanted to show Shane support, but I didn't want to bash someone I was friends with. It was understood why I no longer want to be friends, and I just wanted to show Shane support. He went on to call me a baboon. He went on to be racist. It's weird how the go-to with a lot of people is racism when it comes to me. It's odd. I just want to play this last thing so I could go. I just want to get to that part. This is just French fry girl saying like, I don't play by your rules, but keep in mind, FFG is trying to dictate so much, including what I speak about and what the fuck I do. So she's an army of one. She's all these things who play by her own rule. Okay, yeah, you're grown. You do what you want. But I'm supposed to do what she's saying I'm supposed to do. That sounds crazy. The bitch is weird. And this is just
exactly. I agree with that. Like Pulpy and
this is something I want.
All the people that she just sat there and named off. How do you know that they even want to be associated with this trash? Like by you even sitting there naming them, it's like you're almost putting them as they're part of your fucking crew over there that you're building. They probably don't want to be involved in this bullshit whatsoever, DC. So why don't you knock that shit off too?
So this was back in 2020. Yaba was criticizing DC because DC, for some reason, I don't remember why she brought up Pulpy and Milk Tea, but she brought them up. And Yaba took it as like, why are you bringing them up in your drama? Why are you bringing them up? Maybe they don't want to be involved. Yaba, maybe I don't want to be involved in your fucking drama, bitch. The same criticism that you applied to DC applies to you. Why do I always have to speak up for some shit that I ain't got nothing to do with? You weak bitch. I don't want nothing to do with your shit. You just went to fucking court. You were talking about protecting this and protecting that because people were making threats, and you want to pull me into that. Why the fuck would you think I would want to dip into some bullshit like that, you weak bitch? Protect Pulpy and Milk Tea, but Charlie Gold, you. Where are you? Fuck you. That's the shit that people don't see. I get demanded to speak on all this shit. Where's Alex's Shook? Where are the demands for Alex's Shook? Where are the demands for Milk Tea? Where are the demands for Pulpy? Where are the demands for Oh Lordy, it's Jordy? Where are those demands? But I am required to get into their shit. Okay. It's been a long couple of years. That's all I'm going to say. It's been a long couple of years. Thank you for the super chat. And I just want to say this, and I don't care how it makes me sound. I am the most resilient creator in this corner of YouTube. And I can't afford not to be. I am surrounded around a lot of entitled, fake, weak, pathetic creators. Not all. I don't want you to think I think that about all people. I genuinely care about Zachary Michael. Zachary Michael's a great person. I enjoy Milk Tea. I enjoy Pulpy. So I don't want you to think it's everybody. If I wasn't surrounded with the people that I was when it comes to this platform, people like Bay, people like Habby, people like Queen, I wouldn't still be on the platform. But the more I do this and the longer I'm around, I start noticing behaviors, I start noticing the hypocrisy, I start noticing the lies, and I start to document. Let's just say the last couple of years, I'm not going to say they were easy, but I learned a lot. And I learned about the entitlement in this corner of YouTube, and I learned how the rules are different for different people. I learned that. And you bitches will never, ever get out of me what you wanted. I'm going nowhere. As a matter of fact, within the next couple of months, I'll actually be on the platform a lot more. Fuck you, weak bitches. I understand why you want me to speak. I get it. You will never be able to do a fraction of the shit that I've done on this platform and still be able to come up here and be like, hello, guys. There's tons of hello, guys. When I was just crying. Fixed my makeup, got on here like, hello, guys. I had to put to rest the most important person in my life. I didn't say a thing on the platform. I stepped away for a few weeks, cried in my closet, cried in the shower, cried all over this house, screamed, broke stuff. And then I came back about 3 weeks later like, hello, guys. Y'all sit there and demand shit from me as if I don't have a personal life. Y'all should sit there and demand shit from me like I don't have responsibilities. Fuck you, weak bitches. You bitches are weak. You wouldn't be able to survive a fraction of the shit I've been through. A fraction of the betrayal I've been through on this fucking platform. A fraction of the racism that I fucking had to endure and put on a good face and don't yell too much and don't react too much because, as a Black woman, you'll be angry. That's why when you guys are like, I see comments like, gosh, how are you responding so classy and so calm? I have to do that. If I raise my voice, the amount of people that will feel threatened, the amount of people that will clutch their fucking pearls, there were people upset that I said Chantal was pig mad, a bigot who threatened my family, spread my docs, and was racist. That's what the pig mad video was about. But a Black woman said pig mad. And one of the people that was so upset ended up running a private racist sock account. Fuck all you weak bitches. Again, my silence was a gift. I try to be respectful. I try to show so much respect, even when I kept getting shitted on, even when I was dodging racist remark after racist remark. So am I okay? Yeah. Some days I'm not. But I know where to go when I'm not okay. And it's not this platform. These bitches are reactionary. They're weak. They lie. And they need me. Ain't that sad? I want to finish playing this so I could go. This is Sam responding to Hater Chater on Twitter. I think they they criticize FFG a lot. She was asking Yaba her response, and of course her Saint Bernard came in and responded for her. Look at the last line. Yaba is not FFG's mom or manager. Am I Callie's mom or manager? And I agree with what she's saying. Like, she's not responsible for FFG. When did I become responsible for Callie? Okay. Just trying to follow along.
Like I said, until you've...
This is the clip I wanted to get to. We're going to listen to it, and then I'm going to give my final thoughts, and we can head out. This is important. Around the time of Omegle, there was a lot of people like that were demanding certain creators to speak up and all that. And you got to remember, this was a stream that got taken down. And because what was in that stream, I understood why some people didn't want to look into it. But there was a lot of viewers like, oh, FFG, you're not speaking up, or this person not speaking up. And I actually tweeted about it, and we'll talk about that. This is FFG. This is FFG addressing the criticism that she was getting about not speaking up.
Seen everything for yourself, then you can decide what moves you want to make for yourself, right? Didn't we just go through this in the community that nobody should force anybody, or nobody should be forced to speak out until they want to and are ready to, and if they want to and are ready to? How come a week later we forget all of that? Why? For real, why? It's interesting how that all flipped around in a week, in my opinion.
This was the tweet. When it comes to everything going on with Chantal, please don't try to assume what other creators think and or condone. If anyone wants to speak against it, they have every right to do it in their own way. It's a continued pattern that doesn't help. That tweet was actually regarding FFG, because I saw a lot of people tweeting at her, and even though I didn't like the bitch, I didn't like people doing that, because I knew how that felt, where people like, oh, you're not speaking on this. And because of what happened with Omegle, like, I wouldn't even knock her for not speaking on it. So she's saying in there, people should be able to speak on what they want, when they want, all that, and no one has the right to tell people anything, what to speak on. But this bitch, a year later, still trying to tell me what the fuck I have to speak on. And I want to say one last thing before I go. Love your transparent. Thank you, Lexi. Thank you so much. And I don't know if I missed, I ignored one super chat intentionally, but if I did miss any, I apologize. One last thing. While FFG's sitting there and she was talking about the welfare and this and that and just continued to lie, I want to remind you, I ate myself to being housebound. I lived off of my savings. I was no burden on any system. But it's interesting how I'm supposed to be lazy because she wanted to assume I was on welfare. But even while not being able-bodied, I was able to take care of myself because I worked hard and I saved my money. Yet Shannon could sit on this platform and have multiple GoFundMes, and after one of them come back with a new fucking car, but I'm lazy. And she thought I was on welfare. Shannon looks pretty able-bodied to me. Shannon has had multiple GoFundMes in this corner of YouTube. But I'm lazy. And I was the one she thought was on welfare. Yeah. Oh yeah, for those who don't know, Shannon, Chantal's ex-friend, the one who's friends with French Fry Girl now, yeah. She's had more than one GoFundMe in this corner of YouTube. Actually, I put one of them up. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I could show you it real quick, and then I'll go. Because I put the screenshot in here. I'm not even going to finish this. I'm just tired, honestly. Where is it? Give me 1 sec. Oh, timestamp 27. All right, I'm going to show you it, and then I'll be out. 1 second, guys. Sorry, I know the stream took forever. It's my fault. Hold on. Add to stream.
About the actual world. Oh my God. Give me a topic and let me go. Girl, I would decimate you in a whole fucking new way. Dicey Lore, thank you for the super chat. Apologies in these instances is what's appropriate. Addicts don't know anything about what's appropriate in any instance. Agreed. The whole thing not only popped off because of the video that was made yesterday, but also because of a tweet. A stupid tweet.
Follow this. She's referring to Shannon's tweet. And I want you to know, not only was she just streaming with Shannon, she's friends with Shannon's. So she expects me to speak up on the actions of Callie. And when referring to what Shannon did, not only did she not show the tweet, she avoids saying Shannon's name. But I'm required to speak up and drag Callie for the disgusting shit she's doing. But she won't even say Shannon's name here when she addresses it. She downplays it and waters it down completely. Let's take a look.
A hairy back. And I'm not going to put the person on the spot.
I'm not going to put the person on the spot. So she can't even say Shannon's name. Interesting.
I'm not going to put the person on the spot. The sign was about Charlie's own best friend, Callie's blatant homophobia, transphobia, threatening comments, and all kinds of other just erratic behavior. Deafening silence.
I put that in there because I wanted to remind you of the expectation that FFG has of me to criticize someone I haven't even spoken to since the end of 2021. But she can't even say Shannon's name when it comes to the racist tweet that she posted. I don't want to put the person on the spot, but what? Okay. All right. I was able to go back and find at least one of the tweets that had her GoFundMe. This was last year. I don't know if it's the first or second one. I was still searching, but I was able to find at least one of them, so that's all I cared about. I'm raising money for I Need to Move. She raised money to move. Shannon, who looks able-bodied, raised money within this community to move. And again, this is not the first GoFundMe. And this was last year. So FFG continues to bring up a GoFundMe that was created for me while I was housebound and suicidal. That didn't go through, by the way. But Shannon can have multiple GoFundMes and be just fine, right? She's not lazy. She's not lazy. The double standard is very loud in this corner of YouTube. To all you bitches who I let be very comfortable over these last couple of years, let me be clear, I let you be comfortable. I showed you grace. I stayed silent even when I saw the lies, even when I saw the vague tweets, even when I saw the tantrums. I was quiet. I just sat on my hands. I'm going to make sure I start getting real comfortable again. So, moving forward, y'all can tag me. Y'all can say my name. It will get to me. Say what y'all want. Don't miss and don't lie. And the double standards are done. I'm going to speak on what the fuck I want, when I want. And if you cry a little too much, I might turn around and talk about you. Kind of like FFG. See, FFG? I can monetize my opinion on you too, you pussy ass bitch. It's actually fun. So yeah, this is where we are. This is where we are. Thank you for being here. I've been here over 3.5 hours. That's what I get. Because honestly, I made sure the weekends, especially Saturdays, to Saturday evenings to make sure, like, you know, I have the time. But shit, I could talk. Keep in mind, y'all want to know how long this edit was? Bitch, this edit was less than 30 minutes. I just kept talking and talking and talking and talking. But y'all get my point. During the week, they cannot be this long, though. I genuinely cannot stream this long. So I'll, you know, keep it tight and do what I got to do. But if I am not live tomorrow, I'll be live Monday. I'm going to shoot for tomorrow, but we'll see. No promises. Because at least with the videos that I wanted to go over, those are just regular, like 15-minute vlogs. So we'll see. But thank you for coming out. Thank you for hearing me out. I know this was probably all over the place, but what matters to me is you guys heard me. What matters to me is that you heard what I had to say and you understood why I'm the way I am. The double standards is pathetic, and I'm going to do and say what the fuck I want. I'm no one's attack dog. I'm no one's shield. The truth is, I'm actually a pretty decent friend. But if you do enough where I have to get disrespectful, good luck to you. So yeah, good night, y'all. I hope you have a great Easter to anyone who celebrates. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the time. I appreciate y'all. And I will see you within the next couple of days. Just keep your notifications on. You know what to do. Later, guys. I'm so tired.
To him, and then he won't, it'll be perfect. Like I just feel like that's what's gonna happen. Like I feel like I need to get into his house. Thanks.
Yeah,
I just put it up.
I used to bone her on the regular, but not anymore.
Oh, after I shit at his house, I bend over in my lingerie and say, "Wipe me, daddy." You think I would? You think I have no standards at all? Well, they're low, but I'm a gross person. Let me be gross. Just don't come near me. Don't fuck me. You can't strangle me. You can't strangle me. Wink, wink, bitches.